it is. Now we're live. Hi, everyone.
Woo!
Welcome to D&D Tonight's Earth Day episode. This episode is sponsored by Corporate Streams, and we'll talk about them at the end of the show. And we're doing a special episode in honor of Earth Day. Just
Woo!
real quick thing here. Um, uh, you live on the planet, so do I. We want to take care of it best we do, and that's just something about what this holiday is about. If you're looking for easy ways to celebrate, if you're able to, you can reduce the amount of plastic you buy, or cut out meat from your diet a few days a week, or examine what your how to reduce your carbon footprint in any way. Any little thing that you can do for the planet can help. So join us as we dive into this adventure today in honor of Mother Earth. You guys we're going to begin this particular story around a campfire in a town called Spite. Spite is located on the planet Alexia, on the continent of Oros, and it is located in a vast wilderness called the Yonder. And I'm not just talking like some rinky-dink forest. I mean something that covers a stretch of land almost as large as the United States. Um, in this mostly forested area are three towns. We're focusing on one of them today, whose name is Spite. Around a campfire, a group of people stand huddled together as an older woman with two different color eyes, gray hair, darker skin, with tons of smile lines, and kind of walks forth and begins to talk about story. And now, y'all don't remember too long now, but before this time of relative peace, the Yonder used to be controlled by a kingdom. And that kingdom thought themselves fancy and tried to make themselves gods. They ascended in ancient magics and powerful technologies, the strength that would eventually turn to be their hubris. For the gods of nature saw their ambitions and looked down on them for it, and set forth the druid Aralem. Aralem then approached the king of this mighty dynasty and presented him with an ultimatum. She clears her throat and kind of like leans a little bit more on a small staff that she uses to stable herself with. Now, this, simply put, they told them that if they did not change their ways and stop taking the natural resources and destroying the nature around them, that nature would overtake them. And not heeding their calls, that's exactly what happened. Through ancient magics, Aralem was able to expand the forest and overtake the entire kingdom in a matter of weeks. And so, for an untold time, we, the people of Spite, have been fighting monsters back from this terrible forest ever since anyone can remember. But there are those who sought to expand themselves. A mining company from a long, long ways away in the kingdom of Clydon found an old teleportation circle here in Spite, and they began to set up shop and send adventurers to guard them. It is those adventurers that we give and owe so much today from. You see, they went to fight the terrible horrors that lay in the House of Black and White, and after slaying two dragons, spoke with the druid Aralem. Mama Oates looks over to, I believe Iowyn is blonde. I might be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
The blonde half elf, Iowyn, the druid, and the Goliath barbarian with geometric tattoos encircling all from her back and moving through the rest of her skin. The druid Iowyn, the barbarian Nalri are here with us tonight, but we do not forget the traveling cleric, the roaming ranger, or the talented wizard, who we will always refer to as an elf, even though she was clearly made out of metal. But I digress. Speaking with Aralem, they offered a small truce so that we here in Spite do not expand beyond our means, and have since enjoyed relative peace in 2 months' time. We also are thankful for what the Rangers' gifts have yielded us in terms of better hunting and those who chose to stay from the mining company after they were asked to leave. She looks over at Kiro. And Kiro, would you mind using this opportunity to kind of describe what you look like?
Yes. Kiro is a wood elf, and has lived in the forest for a while, in and out of the forest. He's got dark skin, being in the sun a lot, and dark hair. He has chips in his teeth from just various accidents he's had, so his teeth are a little bit more jagged. Um, and a lot of scars from the fights with other beasts, his hunting accidents, and um, he has very very clear green eyes, um, and he's wearing a lot of green and brown because he's spent a lot of time in the plants, trying to hide from other beasts. So he tends to wear those colors whatever he is wearing. But in this case, it's a kind of like a Clint Eastwood poncho like kind of thing.
Right on. Mr. Lorenz, what can you tell us about what we see when we look at you?
Lorenz Axelrod is a dwarf, weathered skin, hair that looks like it's seen better days, and he himself has better days behind him rather than ahead. He started off as a soldier and, well, ended up here doing the right jobs, and he has the look of it. His full plate armor looks about as weathered as his skin, and it's seen many fights as well. But here he stands in the near the end of his days and the start of his days. His brown eyes looking like they're made from the mud themselves, and he's just trying to find a place and a cause that he can believe in once again, like he did when he was younger, before he had to go paycheck to paycheck. Well, gold to gold, item to item.
um,
Death
I,
paycheck.
Iowyn, you all, Allison, you always know more about Iowyn than I would, and I would be remiss if I didn't give the opportunity to fuller detail her out to our audience.
Iowyn's a shy, kind of small, half-elf woman. She's very pale. Her hair is a very pale blonde, almost silver in quality, and very long. She keeps it braided in places, bits of leaves and flowers tucked into it. She has one blue eye and one green eye, and she tends to hide kind of at the side of her best friend Nalri.
And what does Nalri look like, Liv?
Almost the exact opposite of Alwyn in every way. Where Alwyn's short and tiny, Nalri stands well over 7 feet tall. She is a barbarian through and through, so just like absolutely built, like an absolute unit, covered in tattoos from like her back all up and down her body, even on her face. She has she has a hair that was probably once braids, but have kind of slowly but surely, especially in Spite, where it's just survival, has kind of like gotten this dreadish kind of look. Very long, dark, and she's a Goliath, so she has a very dark gray complexion. And she is resting bitch face doesn't even really begin to cover it, but to anybody who knows her, she's actually in a pretty good mood. She likes Mama Oates, and like this is a fun story. It's about her, so she likes it. She's in a good mood right now.
Mama Oates smiles over the four of you and kind of chuckles. She's like, "Well, I believe I've yammered on for long enough. Bring out the food, Sullivan." And you see like lots of roasted vegetables and fine meats that are brought from recent hunts and gatherings brought out before everyone. You see what looked to be I was really hoping this now, since the mining company just up and left, they've repurposed a lot of their barrels for other stuff. And with a handful of dwarves who stayed behind, they've been able to make fashion into actual ale barrels. So alcohol has returned to Spite, and everyone's very excited about that. And this is the first time everyone's kind of getting into it. It is a small little festival to commemorate the peace and the prosperity that Spite has enjoyed after not constantly being assaulted by monsters on almost a daily basis. You're kind of at the end of what seems to be like the greatest conflict. Is there anything anyone would like to do while they're in Spite and enjoying this festival?
Is it like a big festival, like music and everything going on?
Oh yeah, there's definitely like people who are blowing on flutes, who are banging on makeshift drums. Like music is definitely a part of Spite. It just hasn't been for a long time. Real quick, 2 house rules. If you want to do a thing, show me a hand, and then I keep pretty good track of who wants to do what. So what do we want to do? Yo. Live.
No, just a rude thing. Nari definitely makes a point to push to the front of the line.
Alrighty.
Push to the front of the line. Grab two big tankards, right? Yeah. Well, basically gets some ale for her and Alan, and just
Sure.
her form of hospitality.
In any other place in the regular world throughout the rest of Oros, this would be probably an easier task. Spite is full of warriors of necessity, so go ahead and make an athletics check to barge towards the front of the line. Here we go.
They last, my guy. They absolutely last. Oh no, not my stats. Sorry.
I thought that was her dice roll. I was like, hey, there's a chance.
No, you could only be so lucky. Do I make all? No, that's dexterity. Did you not at advantage, just a straight roll?
Correct.
That's gonna be 28.
28. Easily enough. Anyone who sees you coming is kind of once you build up momentum.
Wait, you said strength, right? Not athletics.
Oh no, that was an athletics check. Is it more?
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't matter. They're the same thing. Never mind.
Gotcha. Pushing through the entirety of the of people is not hard to do, especially for someone who is as yoked as Nalri is. You're able to go ahead and secure 2 flagons of ale, carved actually from the local wood around, with blessings from rangers and druids to do so. There's a very controlled amount of like resource allocation, and they only take what is absolutely necessary. And in this case, they're like, I guess we can make an exception.
I'll be
No,
back for 2 seconds.
gotcha. How about you, lads? What are we doing? Yes, Mr. Dino.
Kiro's kind of awkward, so I feel like Kiro would just be like grab just a very minuscule portion of food and just kind of like walking around and trying not to draw attention to himself.
As you're kind of walking, can you please continue?
Oh, at the same time, like eavesdropping and kind of just listening in because he's not used to having a lot of friends, so he likes to hear what other people are saying.
Sure, go ahead and make a perception check.
Sure. Ooh, not great. 14.
14. I mean, people aren't actively trying to shield their conversations. This is a festival after all. People are speaking about how nice it is to like not have to rebuild a fence almost every day. So you hear like a bunch of the new rangers kind of bragging about takes. All of them seem to kind of pale in comparison to the ones that to trophies that you brought home yourself. But in the middle of this, you don't notice a white-haired half elf approach, just kind of sitting behind you, and says, "You're snooping."
Oh, I mean, I'm just observing.
Yes, when you're being quiet and looking at others, I call that snooping.
Is there a crime against snooping?
Not at all.
Okay.
It'll help you out when you're in the jungle, as it probably already has, and points to some of the trinkets that are on your armor of recent kills and the like. I don't do well to speak, and I prefer to watch as well.
Your name?
My name is Winter.
Winter. Nice to meet you.
The pleasure is mine.
Why are you snooping on me?
Because it was easy to do.
Oh, well. Please.
I was just going to say, if you're stalking elk or griffins in the wild, you want not to be caught, and you practice on people because they are usually much more aware.
I see. That's a good point. I should probably be better at that.
It's also because I am not great with people. I probably shouldn't, and you have my apology.
Well, that's okay. It was a pleasure, and I'll take out a piece of some of the vegetables, and I hand it to her.
She takes a plate and says, "Thank you, Flaggy. Are you have you been on many hunts in there? What's the greatest thing you've taken down?"
Oh Lord. There was one time my teacher Bryn helped her take down a pack of dire wolves that were particularly nasty.
You knew Bryn Hunraven.
Yeah, yes, she taught me everything I know.
She was there for me when my father fell. She is a good teacher and a kind woman.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
It was a hard time, but I had people who could help me get through it, thankfully.
Oh, good.
This town cares very much about itself and its own preservation, and survival is something that's. She's like kind of grasping for the words. You need it in order to live here. At least you did. Now it's a much nicer place.
Yes. You seem to laugh a lot. I enjoy the humor.
Uh, I learned much from Bryn as well. Possibly something I picked up is to laugh when I am nervous.
Well, I apologize for making you nervous.
I apologize for your apology. This is foolish. I'm sorry. It was nice to speak with you. This is probably the longest I've spoken with someone and have a lot. This is the longest conversation I've had here in Spite.
Well, it's the pleasure is mine. I guess. Where do you stay? Where are you from?
My hut is towards the fences. It was probably the closest home before we started building new ones for the people who came from Clydon. Now it's maybe 3 houses away from the limit.
I see. Okay. Well, I don't want to keep you. I know this may be a lot of conversation for you, but if you ever need anything and you see me, if I'm not hiding well enough, you let me know.
I'll be sure to snoop you out. She nods and goes to try some of the ale that is quickly being not replenished. What's the opposite? Diminished. There
Diminished.
it is.
Mhm.
Mr. Lorenz, where do we find you, Sir Dwarf?
Quick question. Do these tankards or whatever containers are holding the ale, do they have handles on them?
They do.
All right. As I wait more patiently than Nalri did in line, Lorenz would like to try to make an attempt to grab 2 with like 1 hand, 2 handles kind of deal.
I gotcha. Go ahead. You know what? I'll say that you're able to grab 2 of them. As you grab these, they're like, "Hey, that better be for a friend of yours." You turn around. There's a half orc who's kind of eyeing you like a few people behind lines. Like, you grabbing that for a friend, or are you just being greedy?
Well, being greedy. And I'm gonna go now. Drink. Is this where the food is as well? By the way.
Yes, it is. It's kind of buffet style.
Anything comparable to like a turkey leg that I can grab with my other hand, just like
absolutely. You're able to get like you could probably grab like a leg of venison if you wanted to.
Hey, all right.
The half
on my way.
The half orc kind of just rolls his eyes as you walk away. As you're kind of walking, you realize, unbeknownst to you, your travel path takes you almost directly to Mama Oates. She's like, "Well, now, I see that you brought an old woman a flagon of ale. Much appreciated, Mr. Lorenz."
Here you go.
She takes and she's like, "Walk with me a little bit, Mr. Lorenz."
Gladly.
She kind of like rests down in a small carved chair next to the fire. There is not another spot for you to sit besides just some woven blankets that you can like take on the ground and just kind of like plant it. He says, "Mr. Lorenz, you're from Clydon, are you not?"
That's correct.
Now, I was surprised to have many people stay when they did after we shut down the portal to the other side. Do you regret your decision to stay here in the Yonder?
The way I see it, I'm going to have a more peaceful life ahead of me here than I ever could have had anywhere else. So, no regrets
she kind of cackles. She's like, "Yeah, peaceful. I don't know about that. Before them adventures came along, this place was not known for its peace, let me tell you. And judging by the look of it, you've known war within and without also."
Well, you're right about that as well, but I've got a good feeling about all this. I don't think there's going to be any combat or war ahead of me in my time. Are the tankards made? You said the tankards are made of wood, right?
Yeah, they're carved.
I'd like to knock on wood.
She kind of smiles. She said, and continues and said, Oh, I hope that things remain peaceful. I hope that I live the rest of my days without having to get in so much as another confrontation. I'd rather just people nod at me, but yet every single day, Everett still asks me if I intend to take my baths without letting him know that I'm using the pool behind my house. And many a time he's walked in on me fully naked. So,
Wait, who?
Mama Oates. It's like,
No, I know Mama
Oh.
Rose. Who? Never mind. I'm not here. I'm Miss
It's like, but if Everett's not gonna knock on the tree before it comes by, I'm not gonna change the way that I live my life. All this to say, life is gonna be full of little stresses and problems that you're gonna have to fight out. And the difference between people who get involved and people don't is spine. And some people are getting a little relaxed around here. I'd ask if someone of your caliber if not to ease up too much. Obviously, enjoy your time in spite, do your work, and take your rest as you see fit. But
Well, Mama Oates, I hope you never change, but if you ever need anything fixed or anybody fixed, just let me know.
if I need anybody fixed, it's because I'm dead. I've been walloping people since you were just a twinkle in your daddy's eye.
Well,
Wait, you said it was Edward, right?
Everett, yeah.
I'm gonna beat his ass again. Anyway, moving on.
Iolwyn, Nalri finally approaches you with 2 tankards of ale from where you guys have found your basic seat. You sort of, I mean, you guys spend a lot of time with each other. Like, you usually have your own, like, 2 spots usually reserved. Like, if you get somewhere, you tap the seat next to you so that the other one can arrive. I say the other one, but it's usually Nalri who's the one who grabs the seat, and nobody else wants to sit next to her. She's intimidating.
It works.
Fair.
It works.
As Nalri approaches, is there anything you'd like to do here in at the festival?
I'm just kind of looking around, seeing if there's anything interesting to eat other than the meats, since I don't really do
No,
meat.
of course.
But I'm looking
Yeah,
for
no,
baked goods specifically. Anything fun?
After Nalri got the drink, she definitely got like plates and just a whole veggie, or what she thinks a salad is. I got you, babe.
There are traditional crunchier flatbreads that have garbanzo beans, tomatoes, onions, some spices that are added onto it that don't contain any meat in them. A lot of people around Spite are very strong, and meat is considered meat is sort of considered like the luxury food. But the people who like consistently eat plant-based diets are usually the stronger, healthier, leaner, faster people. So there are many warriors in Spite that benefit from that diet and strictly adhere to it. So anytime you hear someone saying that they're eating for a warrior, it means they're not having meat. So there's definitely
Love
a
that.
variety for you to have.
Awesome. Yeah, I just wanted to look around for baked goods. I was gonna try to find something sweet and try to find the kiddos, Winter and Tennick.
I gotcha.
Tennick.
I had almost forgotten about Tennick. Winter
My
looks like
son?
she
Sorry.
definitely has parents already, but yeah, I get why you say that. You can find Winter walking away from another elf who you've recognized but actually never spoken to yet. She's just kind of like looking over at people. It looks like she's kind of like staying in the back, kind of just observing and people watching. Tennick is playing a game called Six Stones, where one person stands in the middle and has their eyes closed, and everyone and 6 other players run to one side, and the person in the middle has to open their eyes, and whoever they see is frozen, and the last one standing wins and gets to be the new person in the middle. Tennick is currently trying to like go on all fours and move around the person whose eyes are closed. Everyone's like, this is like the quiet phase where you try not to like tip off anyone that you're running by them. That's what they're doing. As far as desserts go, I'm gonna have you make a perception check for me there.
Okay. That is going to be math is hard. 25.
Wow, only 25?
I have a
Jeez.
+8 perception. Okay.
She hears the crickets fart at night.
So wise.
It is
So
not your
smart,
eyes
so
that
deep.
lay that bring you to the pies, but your nose. Almost in a cartoon fashion, you can see like the wafts of these fruit pies that have been made in these these little kilns. They're uncovered as of yet. They don't really use like lots of like covering for their pies. So they're basically just fruit inside of what is essentially bread. But there is boysenberry and there's raspberry and blueberry. There is some apple as well. All these tart, sweet flavors moving through the air and are currently blocked by two fighters. And anyone who like comes up there say, "They're not ready yet," and, like points in the other direction. There's like a long line assembling behind these pies as well.
Awesome. I'm gonna walk up to the fighters, say, "Hello.
Oh, hello, Iowin. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?"
I'm, well, people keep on asking and trying to sweet talk their way into having these before they're ready. Hopefully, I'm not seeing that from you today.
Oh, of course not. No. I mean, I was gonna get one, but I can wait my turn. It's no big deal.
You can make a persuasion check if you'd like.
It's not great at that. That's a 14.
14. Uh, he rolls his eyes. He's like, "Look, these ones were told that we can't give out to anyone until people are done eating their food first," which is, I think, a little childish, but okay. However, I happen to know that there is a pie that is in the kiln behind me that is not spoken for yet. If you'd like, I can look the other way.
Oh, I mean, it wasn't just for. Thank you.
He kind of just nods at you. Are you grabbing this pie?
I am.
Alrighty. It is pretty hot, and you're also trying to take it away while a lot of people are waiting in line. Just make a sleight of hand check, just for the fun of it, for me.
Okay.
Wait, can
That'd be
I?
fun.
Oh no, I'm not nearby. I was gonna
Nope,
say,
you're
can I
nowhere
help?
That's a
nearby.
15.
15. I'll say that you're able to successfully pick up the pie. It's a little bit hot, so it's kind of like ha ha ha, like giving one hand rest before, and then you finally get over to Nalri with a full baked pie. This one appears to be. Hang on, let me roll a d6. It is an apple.
Awesome. Did you want any?
You know what? I'm not gonna ask where you got the pie. I'm just very excited you have the pie. I know better than to ask you things. And yes, Nalri definitely digs in, hands Alwyn her ale and some food, and like continues to watch the game and is like quietly cheering Tennant on, like, yeah, because she's competitive about everything. So
Yeah. Let's see how Tenek is doing real quick here.
I will put 5 gold or 5 silver on the kid. I will put 5 silver on the kid.
Who are you
He's
betting?
gonna do
It's a game of tag. It's not a bet.
Exactly.
Who are you putting?
Exactly. I'm putting money on Tennant. Duh.
I mean, I'm sure there's someone who wants to take that bet, but I agree with you. He's gonna do great.
As you guys are saying this, sorry, Tenek. Someone opens their eyes and he freezes in place. He's like, "No!" And then he like gets up, full sprints at the person who looked at him and tackles them to the ground.
Yeah, that's my boy. Get him, Ken. Get him. The eyes. Remember what I taught you.
He's like, puts both of his thumbs down, and like the person begins to like cover their head. All the kids start to like try and pull this like rapscallion little human off of this other person. He's just like, he begins like kicking them. Like a few adults come over. Some lady begins like scalding him, like, "Tenek, what have we told you? You've been talking to Nalri again." And like she's just like grabbing him by the wrist and taking him to to their basic little thatch hut.
Listen, Olin, that kid's gonna go far. That kid is gonna be got a warrior spirit, and that's why I fucking like this kid.
The festivities of the night continue, and people get a little bit more drunker. Pie's finally been going out, and like there's just a nice contented sound from the entire village as everyone just takes a deep exhale from the recent troubles. Everything just seems in this moment to be fine. And then the sky rips open. There is there.
And boom, there it is.
It's as though someone actually. You know what? Let me go ahead and.
Oh yeah, no, we're getting into it. I got a delivery. We're ready.
Okay. It's as though someone took the cosmic fabric of the sky and ripped it. It's a loud, thunderous sound that carves across the sky in an eerie orange-red light that glows from an otherworldly hue. And out of it appears two large flaming wings off in the distance, miles away. But the explosion is seen by all. Everything looks for one moment as that this nighttime is actually daytime. It's so bright. Anyone directly looking at it would be blinded by it if they continue to hold their gaze. As these two large wings rip out, a gigantic firebird erupts from the scar and destroys a good portion of yonder with it. And it begins flying in the direction of the yonder. Everywhere, and with each wing flap, raining cinders and burning ash catch on the trees and forestation around, beginning a fire trail wherever this thing moves. It begins to kind of encircle. People kind of gasp and scream out and point at it and begin to run to their homes to grab anything that they can, readying themselves for the fight. Even though it is so far away, as it moves closer and closer to the village, it begins to get larger and larger and larger in size. Everyone can make a nature check or an arcana check.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with nature. I don't think it's gonna make much of a
Same.
difference, but
Nature.
15.
15.
oh wait, no, I'm proficient in nature. Yeah, I'll be. Never mind, doesn't do shit for me. I got 9.
22.
8.
Okay. It is Alwyn who knows this brief whisperings and the shuddering stories of the phoenix, an elder elemental ripped from the fire plane. And in this moment of sheer panic, it is the only thing that you can conceivably believe is what your eyes are beholding at this time. And as the Firebird approaches, as it moves throughout the jungle, it finally begins its summit. This gargantuan monstrosity passes over the village, in fact, not even stopping at the people that are here. And you just see a black cloud and then small little beats of light that grow larger and larger. Everybody make dexterity saving throws.
Oh shit.
I get advantage on those.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
18 for Kiro.
Oh, 18. Thank you.
Natural 20 plus 3.
Brag about it. Sorry, what was that, Mike? You said you got 8?
6.
6.
Also, hi, Dad.
Aww.
Watching.
Aw,
Hi,
that's
friends. Miles, baby, Vessels. I see you.
Cool.
And Jared, if you're still here.
I have no one. No one would be watching. Okay.
We're all
Allison,
here.
yeah,
Shout
it's
out
true.
to Charlotte, wherever she is, and Noah.
She's looking at. Oh, she's doing Google Calendar stuff. Nothing. You're doing great. People are just like excited that their friends and family are watching the stream. Oh, this is going in the video. Okay. I'm sorry, Allison. What was your save?
14.
14. Okay. Everyone except for Nalri. And I'm sorry, one more time. What was Kiro's save?
18.
Kiro and Nalri will save. The rest will go ahead and take 17 points of fire damage.
No, can I get it out with my bunny?
As these raining cinders strike the sky, they impact into the earth, and large flames kind of erupt from them, hitting nearby people and hitting some of the houses. That the entire town begins to kind of catch on fire from hut to hut. Mama Oates begins saying, "Everyone form a line to the lake behind my house." And people begin grabbing buckets and whatnot and start assembly lines to like put out fires wherever they are. What is everyone doing?
I'd like to. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
I'd like to get at the highest vantage point I can, on some building of some sort, or whatever it is, if there's a tall tree, something.
Sure. If you're climbing something, there's a tall enough tree. I'd like you to make an athletics check for me.
Sure. Could I use acrobatics instead? Is that possible? Athletics is fine, but I was just asking. It's just slightly better. I'll use athletics. It's fine.
Alrighty. Because you're not like jumping from one thing. That's like keeping your feet steady. This is more of
Right.
like you're going up something.
We got to 15.
15 is good enough. You're able to ascend up into the tree. You're a ranger, motherfucker. You're able to go up into the trees if you need to climb them, and you see a large vantage point. The damage is usually, it seems to be sporadic, so not a lot of trees or not a lot of buildings are on fire, but the surrounding countryside is starting to light up a bit, and you can kind of see this trail going back from the initial crack in the sky. That still remains there, burning out over into the night. Islewin.
I'm gonna call out and tell people to move out of the way.
Okay.
Give them a warning,
Great.
and then I'm going to cast Tidal Wave to help extinguish some of the forest.
Done deal. As you're doing that, Nalri?
Also, hi to Steph. I forgot my one other thing. What I was gonna say was Nari's going to start because we're evacuating, so Nari's gonna start grabbing people who are a little bit more like older people, kids. Like she's strong, so she's gonna just start scooping people up and trying to book it.
Alrighty.
Anybody who looks like they're stragglers.
Sure, I'll say that you're able to kind of pick them up and kind of move them. You can pick up a couple armfuls of people at a time and move them to the one underground structure that you guys have. It was used to be a mining encampment, so there are underground structures here, but you can move them to that entrance. You actually begin to approach.
Especially if she's going to do tidal wave, so
yeah. There is a gray-haired woman that you go up to, and as you go to pick her up, she's like, "Dalry, if you pick me up, I'm gonna break that hand." And Mama Oates just takes up her stick and puts it up against you. Are you gonna try and pick up Mama Oates? Oh no, she's thinking about it.
I know, I am thinking about it. I think Nalri, this is the one person Nalri deeply respects. I think Nalri will back up and just, look, if you can't keep up, old woman, I'm going to pick you up. And then she runs and goes to pick somebody else up.
She's like, ooh, continues moving. Mr. Lawrence.
I'd like to try to help organize these people on the fly. Just come on, we need 2 lines going. You go over there. You go over there. Everyone get all the buckets you can. Start relaying.
I will allow you to make a persuasion or an intimidation check. Your choice.
Persuasion's nicer, but intimidation's higher. Fuck it, I'm
yeah.
Come on, hit
that intimidation. Give orders. Give commands.
Oh, that's nice. 15.
15 people heed the baritone voice shouting from even a shorter form. A lot of this mostly human elven half elven community take heed of your words and begin to snap into shape, start to pour out. This line is away from where a large tidal wave begins to appear in front of Islewin, and as she casts this spell, she moves it over into the direction that the Firebird initially came from. As it washes over and in some cases pushes down trees, you can see the extinguished fires just moving back a ways and kind of begin sliding down the hill perpendicular to where you're at. Relative safety. A good 75% of the town with that move alone has been extinct. The fires have been extinguished. What remains are the people who are continuing to use buckets to put out fires. Kiro, from this perspective, is there anything you want to do?
How far away is the Phoenix at this point?
It continues its onslaught in the opposite direction. It looks like it's doing kind of a circle around. It doesn't even itself seem to have a direct path and just kind of moves in a sloping motion around this large forest.
So it doesn't look like it's coming for Spite specifically?
No, it doesn't even look like it was its main target. It's just kind of meandering around and setting fire to wherever it lies in its path. But you do keep an eye on it. And the town is able to extinguish a lot of the fires. Some people sadly do lose their homes because some people just had huge balls of fire just erupt their homes right when the panic all started. Others just burned down a large portion of it. But thankfully, Spite is made of tough people, and they can probably fix a lot of this damage in a short amount of time. And it's Kiro who notices something. the Firebird makes its way almost around a large portion of the yonder. No matter how far away it goes, it is this bright ember in the sky that goes back to the original scar, but doesn't go inside of it. It goes back to the area of its initial detonation and lands. And it seems as though it stays there for a while. There are fires that are started out all over the yonder, and who knows how long they will be burning for. Um, During this time that everyone is kind of putting together, um, kind of just readdressing the situation to house whoever lost a home, to put out any other fires before they get there, or digging trenches to kind of separate the new fire line from their homes. Uh, some people are just like looking around and kind of gazing at just the destruction. Is there anything anyone would like to do during this time?
I'd like to kind of memorize where in the forest, since I know the forest pretty well, where in the forest that bird landed. I'd
Sure.
like to go down to find somebody from the group, the four of us, that were at that fire, to relay the information that it landed and it's waiting.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a d4.
D4. 2.
You were able to find Lawrence during this time.
Lawrence, the bird, it landed back by where it entered our plane. I don't know what it's doing, but it's just there.
Not flying around?
Not anymore, but it did let a lot of the yonder on fire. I don't know how badly it's going to be, but I don't know how we can possibly extinguish all of these flames.
Well, let's do what we can. Try to set up perimeters that it can't get past, and let's make sure it doesn't fly again.
Okay, should we go after it?
Not just us. I think we're gonna need more than the two of us.
Okay.
Especially in case it does decide to fly.
A voice from behind you says, "I couldn't agree more. Nari, I win." Mama Oates kind of like cries out as you guys turn around to see her. You hear the sound of Mama Oates calling you guys over. You guys coming over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says-
What do you want, you old hag?
Listen, Rock Bottom, we've got a situation here.
You've been holding on to that for a year and a half.
I have. I finally have a character that will not put up with your shit. Those of you watching, I've played with some of these characters outside of games before. I think this is our first stream with them. I might be wrong.
You helped build Nolri, so this
Yes.
is half your fault.
Mostly, yes. Actually, not mostly. Minorly my fault, but still my fault.
Okay, whatever.
Anyway.
So what do you want, you old hag?
I want chicken for dinner, and I want it tomorrow night. That bird that just lit half the fucking forest on fire, I want you to go on after it and bring me its hide.
Okay, I don't know how tender it'll be, but we can bring it back.
Boy, do you not understand hyperbole?
No.
Hyperbole.
You want it in a bowl?
No, Don't
Sure
kill.
thing, Mama Oates. We got it. Don't worry about it.
We're partying, but wouldn't a bowl be in it?
That thing's massive. Go out into the forest, see what you can find, and find out if there's any way to cut that god awful scar in the sky off as well.
We'll do our best.
Yeah, I'll see if I can get in touch with our other druid friend, see if she can do something about the trail that bitch of a bird left.
Yes,
Let me know if you need anything.
I always let you know when I need something. Right now, we need that bird taken care of. You guys worry about this. I'll worry about. She like points to everything. All this. Do you guys need to grab any supplies before you head out into the forest?
That's my weapon.
Yeah, just my
I'm
equipment.
assuming I didn't party with my hammer.
No, you can.
I mean,
you can
I got some watermelons. We can Gallagher this out, but I don't think that's what we had in mind.
Would there be like a stockpile of like potions that are like for people that go out on hunts or anything like that?
Sure. Herbalists are one of the more active people here, and healing potions were definitely necessary. But production on them has slowed a bit since they're not constantly being attacked by people. I will say that you can all pick up each of you one greater healing potion.
Sweet.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you'll need it.
At least you recognize that.
Look, I just
Healing potions? What are those?
not a cleric in this group. And the last time that I played with Islwyn, look, we're not going to talk. We don't need to talk about the Warforged.
It's fine. It's fine. I may have accidentally let somebody die, but because I didn't know that I had mass cure wounds prepared.
Charlotte heard that and like ran out of the kitchen, being like, "Heard you were talking shit." Like,
listen. It's a lot of responsibility on your shoulders when you're the only party healer. It's a lot.
It's true. Weren't you the one who also said, "I swear to God, I don't have any healing spells," and then immediately thereafter,
Bradley, stop picking on my friend.
I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
Oh, hang on a second.
I was like, we have a cleric in the party. I don't need to worry about it. And then the
We
cleric
did have a
passed out.
cleric.
All right, I'm adjusting the lighting. So it's
I am
not so
also.
bright.
We lost the map view. Okay.
There we go.
IT Charlotte. We lost Zoom for just a moment. I had to move it a little bit. Oh, never mind. I think that we're still all good in frame.
Love it.
We're good. Never mind. IT Charlotte. I'm sorry.
She played a Warforged. I mean, it's in her future.
It's true. You might bump into her again. I might have her. No, I won't. Alrighty. So, you've grabbed healing potions. You can also grab provisions, of course. Even though you've eaten tonight, you want to wait until morning or go right out into the yonder.
I don't know.
You use the spell, and I mean, there's just one spell, but you use the spell. So I feel like.
Is it late right now? Like what time?
Oh yeah, like this whole festival began like an hour after sunset, so it's been going on for another 4 hours. I'd say it's like 10 in the evening.
We should.
I think that we should take a break. I think that, like, at the very least, like, I don't know if Bradley's going to throw levels of exhaustion at us, but I'm never going to give him a reason to. And then also, Alan, every spell's a good spell. So I think we should just take a breather, take a night, and then leave as early as possible in the morning. Like, literally sleep 8 hours and then dip.
Alrighty.
Okay.
If that is the consensus, you guys will wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning to the sound of.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I would like to keep watch or take turns keeping watch so we can make sure it doesn't move overnight.
Sure.
And I have my racial abilities for being an elf. I'll take the trance, so I'll only sleep for 4 hours, and then I can keep watch the rest of the time.
Gotcha. Then I would say that Islwyn, you can go ahead and take that first watch while I keep on wanting to call him Corey. It's Kiro. While Kiro takes his trance, go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. That is not great, but it's still a 12.
12. In addition to all the sounds of the forest at night, things just prowling around and whatnot, the small, steady stack of smoke that is a good few miles away never seems to stop burning. Like, there's a steady plume that continues on for the entirety of your watch.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
As your watch ends, I almost did it again. Kiro, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Kiro, you awaken from your trance, and you want to take a watch?
Yes, please.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Ooh, great.
Love to hear that.
It's 10. I rolled a 2, and I have a +8, so it's 10.
Gotcha.
I rolled a 4. I feel you.
Yeah.
Looking out over at the plume of smoke, you can also see like the fire that is leading up to the village begins to kind of begins to kind of spread and obscure the actual vision. You don't see the large, bright, burning bird take to the sky again, but you also can't confirm it just because there's a wall of smoke emanating from where it came from.
So I don't know whether or not it's still there. I just know that it might be on the ground or it might be in the sky.
Yeah, you didn't see like a huge bright light come up from the ground, but of course there's a huge wall of smoke.
Cool. Okay.
At 6 a.m., all of you simultaneously wake up, which is uncanny. In the second most fantastical portion about this game, from a full 8 hours of rest.
Like clockwork.
Yeah, like clockwork. Unconscious the entire time, no problem sleeping ever. I went to bed at 3 last night. Anyway,
Oh my God.
had lots of naps.
Uh-huh.
You guys, are you guys setting out on your journey, or is there still unfinished business to do in Spite?
I feel like the longer we wait, the more chance there is that this creature could go for another pass and burn some more.
Yeah. Yeah, Nori packed her bags like the night before, so she's ready to go.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Lorenz.
Would like to just kind of give a quick once over, make sure there's nothing critical going on here that we could help with real quick, but otherwise.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Go ahead and
I
make
thought
a
about the same thing, but like
go ahead and make a perception check real quick.
Oh, baby. 23.
23. You do notice that from that as you take closer looks at like the large explosion sites, you see the body of a small creature inside of it, one that you didn't see before. Very long nose, wings, looks to be like an outline of ash of where it usually stood. Go ahead and go ahead and make a nature check.
Nature.
Hard to really pin this one down.
10.
10. You can't really identify the creature as much, and it looks like none of them are around. The other thing you get with your perception check, the ale is destroyed, as are the barrels.
Bitch!
Magic. Now this bird
Hit this
has
thing.
to fucking die.
Well,
We're taking it down.
You pack their alcohol source, they're gonna get upset.
We're fighters. What do you want from us?
More. I expected more. No. Alrighty. So with that information, is there anything else you'd like to do in town?
I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I
just like
climbed up.
past our like go to. Sorry, I'm not raising my hand. I'm being rude in my own home.
I didn't even.
Nari just like walks past like the usual suspects, like Edward, who I'm assuming married that chick, Tenix family, Winter, just like doesn't talk to them, but just like does like a visual, okay, they're good, and then she's ready to go because I don't trust you.
Sounds good. Tenix is dead.
Yep, there it is. That's what I was expecting. There it
I
is.
wouldn't do that to you, Liv. I don't kill kids often. I nearly did.
Often.
Not without good reason. Anyway, all of them
if that
seem
kid
to be.
died, they were an asshole.
All of them seem to be good. Tenix's house, thankfully, was not destroyed. Everett had half of his house catch on fire, so he's staying with Mama Oates, sadly, along with his new wife. Winter is the one who takes a little bit of time tracking down, and she says that she's going to go and find Bryn. If you guys aren't able to take care of it, we'll need her and that wizard that came by to take care of it.
You think I can't handle this?
I never said you couldn't handle it. But you needed her last time to take down to take down 2 dragons. I'd imagine you'll probably need going at them alone would be tougher. Spite is stronger because
that was 2 dragons. This is one like hot wing chicken. Okay, listen, Winter, we'll be fine. But and Nori kind of like awkwardly pats her on the shoulder. Bryn taught you everything you know. So while Alwyn and I are gone, just like keep an eye out.
She kind of like raises up her eyebrows. She's like, "I go ahead and make a persuasion check."
Are you sure?
A year and a half ago, Liv told me we're going to take negative in charisma because that is a character choice. And ever since, it's been regretting it.
That's a 10.
Okay. She says, well, she says, Bryn probably saw that bird from miles away. I can continue to watch over the town until she returns. After that, I don't know. I'll stick around best I can.
Look, kid, you gotta do your own thing, but at the very least, what you can do right now is watch Mama Oates for me, okay?
I will do that as well. Although I don't think she's the one we should be watching out for. And
You get my point. Just watch the whole town, you little brat.
I mean, look, she points over and you see Mama Oates and Everett like in discussion, and she seems to be like berating him and like whacking him with a stick, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Yeah, she doesn't need much looking out, but I will keep the eye on all the same.
Good. And she just awkwardly leaves.
Alrighty, of the four of you, Kiro and Islwyn were the ones who saw the plume of smoke and can probably make the survival check. Which of the two of you would like to helm this expedition?
For you.
Okay, I'm pretty good at that.
I figured you would be.
Is your favorite terrain the forest?
It is.
You may make this check with advantage.
Smart.
Sweet.
Nice.
Is that a hand
love to see
raised or
it.
are you just stretching?
Oh no, I was just adjusting my light. Sorry.
Now you're good.
That is a dirty 20.
Delightful. You had work done on that
Beautiful.
20. Alrighty.
Classic.
My group calls it a horse 20. I don't know why.
I love
Terrible.
that. That's funny.
Gosh.
He's mad because now we're gonna use it.
Yes.
I,
You know how
Yeah,
Adam
that's
is
really
with the
funny.
freaking names like Just Insider or gosh, what? There's so many other ones.
Oliver?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Oliver
keep it, but
Closeoff
he
is
had
the
good running of them.
gosh.
There's one I'm just thinking like, how can I sneak this in eventually? There's no way I can do it where it isn't just too much.
hard part is like Allison and I spend so much time on character names for him to just turn around and be like, just Insider. Like,
So terrible.
Yeah, I thought a lot about her last name too.
Craven Moorhead. Gosh, so gross. That's the face that we see in each of the Tidbit Tonight videos, like of just Liv just being very disappointed but also super proud.
am I?
I don't know. It's hard to
You
read that
seem like
expression.
it.
It seems layered almost. Anyway,
Yeah, that's fair.
the Dirty 20 awards you with a pretty easy straight shot in the direction you're going for until you start hitting evidence of like places where so this bird basically came from a straight path and did like a circle around all of the yonder. It left in its wake fire and destruction, and it's easy to pick up on the from the burnt trees and ash on the ground a pretty neat trail going forward. About 4 or 5 hours in of you guys just walking through, you begin to stop hearing the sounds of animals. It sounds like they all sort of like moved away and out of the path of this creature, and out of the way of the fire, evidently. So you guys aren't really challenged by anything. Everybody make a perception check.
I'm really challenging anything. Make a perception check. Oh, fuck.
That's gonna be a 14.
14.
17.
Delightful. 17. Very good.
16.
16. Also very good. Mr. Kuro?
Oh, 16. That was me.
Oh,
was
gotcha. Anyone who got above or 16 or higher notices that on one of the tree branches that extends quite a bit, you see a very large humanoid. It is wrapped up in essentially, tannish cloths and large. Gosh, I really want to. I will give advantage to the person who can tell me what the type of pants that Aladdin wears are called.
Harem pants?
Hammer pants.
Hammer pants.
I heard it first from Allison. Enjoy
Parachute
advantage.
pants?
Param pants.
Param
And
pants.
those also accompanying like curved shoes. On its back is a large scimitar. Its face is also similarly wrapped out, but you can actually see that it has pulled down a portion of this face covering so that it can allow access to its mouth as it continues to drink heavily from a very large red bottle. He continues to like take a swig and he says, "What are you all doing here?"
We're tracking the big Firebird that just scorched the forest. What are you doing?
Admiring my work. And like takes another swig. He says, "It's either went that way or it went that way. Can't tell you much. After I let it loose, it just kind of did its own thing."
Let it loose?
Yeah.
You come down here.
Yeah, you should bring your ass down here.
Well,
right
I'd
now.
like to do that, but I'll be honest, if I'm going down there anytime soon, it's probably because I felt.
We can wait.
That
I
makes my job
pull my
easier.
longbow out, and I'd want to shoot him like in the ankle so that he falls from the tree.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay. Ooh, this is why I took this bow. I got to do math now. Hold on.
Really quick, can I ready an action to like pin this dude to the ground if this is successful?
Sure.
Since we don't know what the roll is yet.
31.
31. You aim and strike its ankle. Go ahead and do the damage.
Okay. That is 11 points of damage.
Ooh, 11 points of damage. Look how they massacred my boy. You strike this large creature into its ankle, and it's like, ah! It does not fall from the tree. It kind of stays there. He's like, "What was that for?"
We said come down here.
And I said, "I'm not coming down there unless you have more."
Does anybody have any more? No. I take out another arrow and I shoot the other ankle.
Go for it.
I'm not going to share with him.
26.
Okay, that will also hit. Go ahead and do the damage.
It's even more. 12 points of damage. Trying not to kill him, just hurt him enough to fall.
You hit him again in the ankle in the same spot. It's like, ah! You know, if I wasn't this drunk, that might hurt more than it does. But I'm going to warn you one last time, buddy. If you hit me, there's going to be serious consequences.
Please come down.
Why not? How big is this tree?
It's a pretty substantial tree to hold. Like, this guy is larger than you.
Oh,
this guy's large. Oh,
I've been trying.
How large would you say he is?
I would say that his condition is large.
Large. Okay. This tree, though, would you say it's a giant tree?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Yeah. Okay. Can I hit it with my giant slayer great axe and try to just knock the tree down?
Okay, I see what you're doing there.
What do you say it's a giant tree?
What do you say it's a giant tree?
Technically speaking, it would be like a nature base. You know what? Sure, it's a giant tree. Go ahead and make your attack.
Can I just hit it with this axe? Can I just please hit this axe? Or hit this tree with this axe? It's a fucking axe. Like, duh. Like,
hit it. It's also burnt pretty well, so you have a pretty good chance of this thing. Just.
You'll love to see it, folks. So that is going to be a 23 to hit.
Well, that'll hit. It's not hard to hit a stationary object. It's the damage that'll make the difference if it chops down or not.
Okay. Do I get 2d6s? Was my question to you. That's the big thing. If
sure.
It's a giant, if it's
yes, I'll give it to you.
Thank
It
you.
would never work in a regular game, but just because I admire them.
And gracious DM, like what a good DM. Like wow, aren't we so blessed? Okay, so that's gonna be 11 and then 3, so that's 14, 20 points of damage.
Okay, with a single swipe of her giant slayer axe, Nalri goes over to the tree, smacks the side of it, and he's like, and embeds the entire tree, like embeds the axe in all the way up to the hilt of the axe into the tree and removes it. He's like, I expected that to, and then it, he's like, whoa, falls down, and he like picks up, kind of staggering himself, just like, you, you, you knocked me down,
Mhm.
and you broke my glass.
Mhm.
He like sets it gently onto the ground, even though it's broken and empty of all of its contents, and he just kind of goes, all right, I warned you. Places his hands together, and a wall of fire erupts uh, through you guys. I would like you all to make dexterity saving throws. Nalri, you can do so with advantage because of your danger sense.
Mhm. Fuck. Oof. Yeah. Bradley, you finally get your wish.
Oh no.
Did you fail on
I
advantage?
didn't fail, but I got an 8 on
Okay.
advantage.
On yes.
Dirty 20.
Okay, you're good.
Love to see
18.
it.
18. You are also good.
15.
15. You are just barely good. So the three of you, oddly enough, will save and take half damage. Now we will take the full brunt of 5d8s. Yeah, girl, let's play D&D. It was
Get
all
into
4s
it.
and 1 7, so that's 19 points of fire damage. The rest of you will take half that, which will be equal to 9 points of fire damage, as a wall of fire is cast from this Ifriti.
I'm like so used to playing
Ooh.
like magic cast like spellcasters that I forget what it's like to have hit points. Sorry.
It's all good. Alrighty, everybody, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
All right. Ooh.
Into it.
Alrighty.
Oh, that's more like it. That's what I'm fucking talking about.
California.
No,
gonna use my
how to
flame dance.
party.
Oh! All right. 25 to 20.
Nat 20.
Me too. 24 total.
And
Yeah. Mine would be a 22.
alrighty, so that will go Kiro, and then it will go Iowin. 19 to 15.
19.
I also got a 19. What's your dex?
My dex is 16 plus 3.
Okay, so then that will be Nalri. And then
Doesn't matter. Might as well be a
Alex.
fucking 1. It is.
Yeah,
Oh,
you are
no,
the you are
Best
the,
initiative I've ever rolled with you, by the way, Bradley.
what's up?
15. That's by far the best initiative I've ever had with you.
Oh, that's right. You play a barbarian in the other one. Alrighty, and then Lawrence brings up the end. So we're gonna do this. Your dice is the corresponding part of where you are. There's Kiro. I'm gonna place you guys kind of in a line. Actually, Iowin would probably be next to you, so this will be. Actually, that makes total sense. Iowin will be there. Nalri will be closest to the tree that got knocked down.
Makes sense.
We will go ahead and put the Ifriti. We'll place him right here. And lastly, we'll go ahead and put Mr. Lawrence back here. So, top of the round. Kiro, you go first. What do you want to do?
I would like to I'd like to for my bonus action, I'd like to cast Hunter's Mark.
The Ranger special. Done deal.
And then I want to run kind of behind the tree for cover. That's to the one there, yeah. And my speed is 35, by the way.
Yeah, so you have 15 left with that move.
Excellent. And I'd like to do my extra attack, so I'd like to fire 2 arrows at the Ifriti.
Sounds good. You can get out from behind cover, do 2, and then move back with the remainder of your movement. Go ahead and make your 2 attack rolls.
All right. The first one is a 28 to hit.
28 will hit, sir.
And I'll just do the other one now. That is even higher. So 1d8 plus 6. And then Hunter's Mark is an extra 1d6. Cool. Sorry, getting math.
You're good.
All right. So total is going to be 10 plus 12, 22 plus 6 is 28 points of damage.
28 points of damage. He's actually a large boy, so he'll take up that amount of space. Sorry, what was the total one more time? I just
28
repeated
points
it.
of damage.
Goodness gracious, boy.
I think, right? Is it actually, I'm sorry, I have to roll one more 1d6. Sorry.
Go ahead.
For Hunter's Mark. So it's 30 points of damage total for the Hunter's Mark also.
I do love a nice clean number. Cool stuff. Okay.
And then I'd like to go back to hide.
You got? Yeah, go ahead, coward.
That's fine. I'm a skinny boy.
Alrighty, that is your action, your bonus action, and your movement. Next up, we have
Skinny legends
Iowyn.
only.
Nalri, you're on deck.
All right.
Mhm.
I'm gonna stay where I am and attempt to cast Hold Person on him. So he has to make a Wisdom save.
Okay. If he is a monster, does he do that with advantage?
Oh,
Ooh.
it says humanoid.
This is considered an elemental.
Okay.
Mm.
Then never
Mm.
mind.
All good. Do you want to do a different thing?
Yeah, I am. What's more fun? Sorry.
You're good.
Something wet. Something Druid of the Coasties.
If I had a nickel.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sure. I'm going to cast Watery Sphere.
I'm not a fan of that.
Then you chose wisely.
Okay.
You
You'll have
conjure
to
up a
see
sphere
it.
of water with a 5-foot radius at a point you can see within range. The sphere can hover but no more than 10 feet off the ground. Any creature in the sphere's space must make a strength saving throw.
Oh, okay.
I don't like how confidently he said that.
That is a 25.
Okay. On a successful save, he's ejected from the space to the nearest unoccupied space.
So if-
Oh, he automatically saves anyways because he's large. Sorry. I've never cast this before. I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's all good.
Also, how often do we fight large creatures? Like,
So it just stays there. But yeah, now I have a watery sphere where he was, and he's ejected.
Gotcha.
don't you have
Save.
control water? Never mind. I'm gonna
So
shut up
as
right
this sphere of water coalesces around him, he just immediately like moves out of it. Just kind of like his entire like wraps kind of like soaked, his entire clothing soaked, and he kind of just eyes you angrily. Bonus action or movement.
No.
All right, Nalri, it's your time.
now. Wait. Okay. So, am I crazy? I can't see the map unless there's like. Oh, I see it. Never mind. I'm being silly.
You
Continue.
here. He here.
I'm here. Okay. I think I'm gonna save that for later. I'm gonna move in as close as I can to our boy, which isn't that far.
Nope, not at all.
Nope. And I am going to enter my rage. So I'm gonna roll for lightning damage, but I'll let you.
You need me to make a save.
Hmm?
So as Nalri rages, you see a storm cloud appear above her and begin to encompass her in a 10-foot diameter. Rain begins to pour down from it, as well as like there's a crackling of thunder that emerges from it. If I have to make a save, that's going to be a 3 for dexterity.
Okay. Like that's your total?
Yeah, he's chonky. He's not.
Jesus, bro. Damn, I almost feel bad, but I don't.
I'm
so
not
that's
going to
going
feel bad about what happens next.
Wrong.
So that's going to be 7 points of lightning damage.
Girl.
And then we're going to go right into a attack with the Giant Slayer axe. I know he's not giant, he's large, so don't worry about it, but you know, it's just an extra nice bonus. What was I looking for? +3 on melee. Okay, cool. So that is going to be I'm so sorry, y'all. We're gonna learn. I'm so bad at math. That's gonna be 29 to hit.
That'll hit.
And that's going to be 12 points of damage.
Okay. Alrighty, as you take your Giant Slayer axe and go into this rage, he gets struck with lightning, priming him for your first hit that carves across his body. Do you have your second attack ready to go?
Yep. That's going to be another 21 to hit, and then that's going to be 19 points of damage. Same attack.
Ooh. All right. I have to do math real quick. Oh my gosh. It's like I'm live.
Now you know how I feel. Welcome to my life. Barely graduated high school. Did my math grade.
Okay. The second one carves up around the midsection, embedding itself in between a couple ribs, which he kind of pushes out. He goes ahead and he brandishes a scimitar. And do you have anything else you want to do? Bonus action movement?
No. No, I already used my bonus action to go into a raid, so.
Okay. So he is going to go ahead and use his multi-attack. He brandishes his large scimitar, and he's going to go ahead and roll to hit you. Ooh, 13.
God, do you know what feat trait I always forget I have? Reckless attack.
Yes, you do. 20 to hit.
20 is going to hit.
Actually, that'd be 23 to hit. But my point
is,
it
doesn't matter. It hits.
I know.
We
I
get
know.
it. You hit her.
All right. The slashing damage.
You feel like a big man.
I am a large elemental. That is 13 points of slashing damage reduced to 6 points.
Wait, reduced? Oh yeah, because I'm raging. Duh.
Girl, I know your stuff better than you know it. But then you will take an additional 6 points of fire damage. I do not know if you have resistance to that.
No, that's not what I have resistance to.
So total of however many points I said.
Yeah, I got you. Don't worry.
So that for the first attack, so he trades that blow with you, and he's going to go ahead and raise up a scimitar and do it again. 25. I'm going to go ahead and roll damage. So the slashing damage will be equal to 7 plus 6 again, which will equal out to 13, reduced down to 6 for slashing. The fire damage will be 3.
3. Okay, wait, what? So it's 3, and then what was the other thing?
3 and 6 for the slashing damage total. Like I've already reduced it for you.
And I'm so sorry to do this, but it was recently brought to my attention. Nalri got a new set of armor the last time we played with her. I'm willing to sit here and say she forgot about it in this round. It's in her backpack, but can we figure that out maybe for the next battle in the future? Because we're in the fight right now.
True. Also, you cannot rage while you're wearing armor.
Oh, that's true. Okay, then never mind. Sorry, babe.
You're good. He's going to go ahead and use his movement to go 5, 10, 15, 20. So he maneuvers around you and closer to Lorenz, which is his turn. Lorenz, what would you like to do?
He saved me, but you know what? I'm almost happy about that. He saved me the effort. I'm going to attack him 3 times. That's very kind of him. I'm going to be merciful and get this over with.
I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna
whip up my war. Just start swinging. So, first one 16 to hit.
It does not hit.
Bummer. Second one is 20.
Hold on.
Sorry.
Before we go further, your +1 Warhammer gives you +1 to your attack rolls as well.
I already accounted for that.
Making sure. Okay, what's the next roll?
Dirty 20.
Done deal. What's the damage?
That, my friend, is 12 damage.
Ouch. Okay.
Bludgeoning. Attack numero 30 is certainly hits. That's a 26.
Yeah, okay. Brag about it.
And that's 10 more bludgeoning damage.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. So you swing the warhammer and he deflects by placing the brunt of the scimitar down into the ground, and it connects with a very loud ping. As you spin around to go, you hit towards his knee that knocks him down further, and then you raise up the last hit to go right into his shoulder, where you hear a dislocation happen. As it kind of like as he kind of lays there, he just places it back in and grins and bears it, just angry. You can see in his eyes dancing like flames themselves.
He does it. Shit. Oh god.
You're fucked. No, that is action. You have a bonus action. I hope to God that you do not use action surge, because I will literally shit myself.
I'll save that.
Do it. Make him shit himself. Shit yourself.
I think I'm gonna save that for a less rainy day.
Okay, then next up,
Relatable.
do you want to move? You can always flee. Always an option to flee.
No.
Okay,
No,
this was your choice. Next up, we have Kiro back at the top of initiative. Iowin,
right.
you are on deck. You're on deck.
Can I get a clear shot if I move out of cover?
You can move 5 feet to right here.
Cool.
And fire at him. Yeah.
Awesome. I will take 2 more shots at him. I just realized something. I have one of my things, Colossus Slayer. Once per turn, when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, the creature takes an extra 1d8 damage if it's below its HP, max HP, which it is, right? Cool. Now I gotta hit him. 2 bows. The first one is 23 to hit.
Hits damage.
Oh god, I'll do damage. So it's 1d. And then I'll do Hunter's Mark and the extra 1d8 for this one.
Yeah. Go ahead and just give me the full total. Unless it's fire damage, it'll hit him like normal.
Cool. It is going to be 10 damage for that hit.
Okay.
And then the second bow, that is going to be 20 to hit. Dirty 20.
Will hit and damage.
That one is only going to be... Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to add 6 to that. So it was 16 for that. Sorry.
Gotcha.
The modifier.
Adjusted.
And then that one is going to be 17 points of damage.
Okay. Alrighty. Striking with both of the arrows already knocked back, you angle your bow and fire the arrows into it where it impacts him just in the leg a little bit higher. He's like, the same leg! Why? Bonus action movement. You want to go back into cover?
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, Iowin, it's your go.
All right. I am going to. I don't know. He sounds like he has information that I'd like to get from him, so I don't really want to attack him. So I'm just going to move my watery sphere back over to on top of him,
Okay.
and he has to make another strength saving throw.
If he's large, doesn't he automatically?
I looked it up, and it's huge or larger, and I saw larger, and I read large, and yeah.
That's all good. He rolled a 23.
Okay, he succeeds, so he is ejected from where he is to the nearest unoccupied space. So the bubble of water is now where he was, and he's ejected over.
I will go ahead and put. How big is the sphere? It's 10
feet. Same
feet?
size as him. It has a 5-foot radius.
So that'll push him further away from Nalri, which blessing in disguise.
Like Nalri looks over her shoulder and just like, do you see what I'm doing here? Like, do you see what I'm doing here?
I'm trying to catch him.
As you try to pokeball this big ass motherfucker, he dodges out of the way, and as he gets encapsulated, there's a brief moment where like the undertow of the current kind of fights him in. He uses that to spin out of it, ejected away. He's like, "Stop drowning me!" Alrighty. Next up, we have. Oh well, Iowin, do you want to move? Bonus action?
No, I'm just gonna yell at him. Then just talk to us.
Make a persuasion check. With disadvantage.
So persuasive. So
you gave me advantage though that I haven't used yet,
this?
so I will balance it out and not do the disadvantage.
Sounds good.
And persuasion is going to be. Sorry, I'm on the wrong page. I'm on my spell page. It's gonna be a 14.
14.
Not bad. strong 14.
He's like, then stop hitting me. That's the end of the turn. Okay, we've reached impasse. If you guys want, we can go ahead and go through and see if anyone wants to keep on trying to hit him, then combat will resume. But on deck is, or next up is Nalri. Nalri, do you want to hit or do you want to be diplomatic?
Oh no.
Oh God.
Can I? Can I get advantage because Alan opened the discussion and she's so charming. Look at her, she's so tiny and cute and pretty.
I'm gonna say no. He's still like he's waiting for people to drop their weapons or spells so that you guys can talk. If you show aggression, you will not get advantage. But you also have reckless attack, so it doesn't matter.
No, it does matter because if I don't attack, I drop my rage.
Oh, you get the negative.
Attack the tree.
It's all up to you, man.
It's true. It's true. If a barbarian does not keep attacking in a round, they lose their rage. Oh God.
Attack a tree.
Attack. Yeah, no, he cuts down.
That goes against the spirit of
You
earth.
have like 18 rages at this level. You can just throw it away if you wanted to.
No, I'm like a hoarder with my resources though. Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go intimidation. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Here's what we're gonna do. So Nalri, so her intimidation is like what, 9? Yeah. No, it's 8. No. I'm just gonna say it's 9. So Nalri's going to like whack her axe into a tree.
Okay.
Not an attack. Just not an attack. Just like a strong move, and just you can either talk to the elf or you can fuck with me.
Go ahead and make an intimidation check. You can use advantage because you were getting advantage on strength checks, and technically speaking, we've house ruled that your barbarian can take intimidation as strength.
And I thought it was like
I knew exactly what she was going to go for the moment that she.
Yeah. 23.
Okay, pretty good. He, for his turn of combat, he does not strike anyone, but you do see him like ready a small flame in his hand just in case. Looks like he is ready.
The lightning at the edge of Nolly's storm like flickers back.
Alrighty. Lorenz, would you like to take an attack action or would you like to not?
I mean, like to. Strategically, I know we have them surrounded, we have them down. My years of war know that we have the advantage here. We can try to negotiate. So I just make sure I maintain my position ready, but like, okay. Now
Okay.
what?
Now we go back to Kiro. Kiro, do you wish to engage in combat?
Do it. Fuck it.
Kiro, I saw everything that's happening. There's no reason why Kira would shoot again. But I'll keep a bow, an arrow knocked, in case he makes an aggressive move towards us.
Sure.
And I'll just walk out from the tree, and just watch.
Alrighty. So he continues to have his scimitar out. He just like places his hand over the hilt of it. And he goes ahead and he closes up his fist from having fire. He's like, okay, you wanted to talk, and you hit me pretty hard a couple times there. So I'm willing to think that maybe talking's a good idea. What do you want?
Put the arrow away.
You said you were admiring your work. What did you
Yeah,
mean?
what the fuck did you do?
Well, about a lot of years ago, my time's different from how your time works. A lot of years ago, there was this girl, and she helped overthrow a kingdom and turn it all into the forest that stands here now. And I thought that was a pretty cool move on her part. And I don't know, we got to talking. We were together for some time. And then, like 2 months ago, she started acting all strange. She's like, well, maybe they deserve another chance. And I'm like, humans are awful, and humanoids are only just going to disappoint you. Their only work is as slaves. Like, there's no point of keeping them around otherwise. She argued back. We got in a fight, and she ended things. I was pretty upset about it, so I thought, you know what? If she loves her stupid forest so much, maybe maybe I should just burn it to the ground because she burned my world down. So I went ahead and I uh, irritated a phoenix and I had it cut a hole through the plains and
No, not destroying planet Earth because he's a simp. No.
he's like, in retrospect, that might not been such a great move. Now that
You
I'm sobering
fucking
up.
think?
Look,
You
I was a
fucking
little.
think?
More than the Phoenix.
I've been drinking.
Okay, listen, man. I get it. You fall in love with a girl, she leaves you. It's rough. But are you kidding me right now?
Look, I mean, I was pretty well in. And I mean, I saw the phoenix and I was like, let's pull on its feathers and see if it gets angry. And it did. And I'm like, oh, what would be a good place to put all this? The place where I recently got my heart broken. So I just sort of dumped it here. But that thing is gonna just burn everything. It's supposedly the wisest creature in the plane of fire, but it is super dumb. It'll just keep on going, and it has no. Okay, I'm starting to rethink this. This might have been a bad idea.
So
Is
how do we
there-
stop it?
Well, it's a fast creature that burns anything that's nearby it. You have to go to its ash nest. It will usually just roam the countryside and burn everything around, but until it's done a certain radius, it always returns to one area where it makes its nest. You guys are probably on your way there. Uh, but it won't consider you a threat really unless it sees something that it can burn. Shit. Erlem used to talk about these seeds that the dryads would hang out with, called life seeds. Apparently, if you plant one, some big ass tree grows. If you put one of those in the middle of its ash nest, it's going to be pretty pissed about it and home right back in. So if it does take flight, it'll circle around back to take care of that shit for sure. Guarantee it. And also get you close enough to hit the thing. It being a winged feller and all.
So, well, what about the big hole in the sky you made? How do we close that up?
That's a good question.
Wow.
Well, look, if this thing is injured down to a reasonable, if it's hurt, then I can push this thing back where it came up, and when I get on the other side, I'll just sew it back up. That'll be fine.
Those are the magic words. Man.
Look, this is embarrassing, but I think it's probably because
pathetic.
Watch it, Missy. He gives you this real.
I'm not afraid of some little fucking idiot who had their heart broken and now wants to destroy somebody else's home.
Bitch, I got nothing to lose. I go down, I just go back home. You go down, you stay down.
Thank God, finally. You were saying?
I'll take you to the place where the dryads are, and you can get the seed, and I'll walk you over there. And when the thing's hurt enough, I'll push it back through to the plane of fire and close it up from that end. This is not my proudest moment.
Are you going to stop having temper tantrums in the future?
Well, that was the last of my alcohol.
Maybe I was going to say maybe watch how much you drink. Try to communicate better with those you care about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to
fucking with our plane.
Look, it seemed kind of funny at the time.
This dwarf is spitting.
More arrows.
Like, yeah, those things hurt.
In that ankle.
They're not going to hurt Big Bird, though. He kind of begins pulling them out of his leg, like, ow.
God.
Why won't they hurt Big Bird?
Oh, I mean, it's basically made of fire, and these are made out of wood. So we got a problem there.
Mm.
DM question.
Yes.
Sorry. Is it because it's a +2 longbow? Is that technically magical for the ammunition as well?
Yes, it is.
Cool. Thank you. I just want to make sure. Thank you.
I
Yeah,
did not
well-
know that fact before. Like, I didn't register that fact. So forget that part of the conversation happened. They'll probably strike into the creature.
Okay.
My bad.
Thank you. No, that's okay.
Yes, Alwyn.
Oh, I was just gonna kind of draw some water out of my flask with my cantrip to shape water, and good thing I'm good with this stuff then.
Yeah, that'll piss it off.
Big hammer.
Alan's the strongest fucking spellcaster I know. We got this. And she like taps her really hard on the back.
Here's the thing. Me and the buddies, we should probably keep walking. And he like picks up his scimitar and kind of staggers a bit as he does so, and he like puts it behind his back. He's like, "Listen, you don't fight these things often. Like, they're elder elementals. They've been around since like dawn of time, sort of thing. Which means that when they fly by you, you got to be real quick on the draw to hit them, because if they move away from you, you don't get a lot of options to hit back. It's just gonna circle around and keep harming you until eventually one of you drop." I'll think of the other stuff that I know about it, but let's go to the Dryads and see if they'll give us one of their life seeds. They are not going to be happy to see me, so I'll take you to the entrance and you guys go ahead and talk.
Sounds good.
He leads you deeper into the forest. You learn that his name is Arilax.
Arilax, the biggest simp in the world.
Fuck you. No,
What did you expect?
Sorry, what's his name again?
Arilax. Arylax. Stop calling it a simp. I don't know what it means.
A simp is like when like primarily a dude, but like ideally like anybody who cries over somebody who never gave them the like time of day.
He was
And
in a
it's like-
relationship with them. Like,
Okay, but here's the thing. Breakup, we get it. Sending a elder elemental to completely destroy a plane, that's simp behavior.
he's lawful evil. He can justify it.
Okay, well that's the evil coming in. That's
Like the
toxic.
weirdest
But
alignment, man.
we don't have to talk. We don't have time to unpack all of that.
He's kind of walking through. He's like, so I'm guessing you guys are probably the ones where that Firebird hit. Are you the guys from Erlen was talking about some humans that are like, yeah, they're all right. That's you, ain't it?
Well, not human, but
Close enough, yeah.
I mean, we're used to it.
Look, I know humans and I know tieflings, and that's usually all we really have in the plane of fire. So,
oh well, I'm a half elf, so I guess half human. So you were kind of right.
I will say kind of right.
Nari like leans into this dude and like, listen, man, if there's one thing you need to know about this plane, it's that you never look somebody that's like an elf in the eye. You just don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. No. Mm-mm.
What happens?
You
I just
don't
need to know
wanna
if this is like what?
You don't want to know.
I looked at her a couple times, I think, in the eye.
No.
Should I be worried?
No. You should be.
What is that going to happen? Like, is someone going to make a deception check? Well, make a persuasion check because you kind of believe this.
I 100% believe this. This is not a lie. This is Nari's like one tree.
Owen hears her and kind of rolls her eyes.
It's persuasion still negative one.
What was it? 12?
5. No,
Five.
5.
He's like,
It's
I
negative
don't
one.
feel any different. I mean,
It's not about your heart, it's about your head.
Oh, it's okay. It's because I'm only half elf.
uh,
Try to
And then
keep
I
it
look
warm.
over at him.
it's like, oh. he like,
Are you full over half?
I'm
he looks
full.
over at the dwarves. He's like, should I worry about dwarves? And dwarves safe.
Different reasons.
Dwarves are cool. They're barely tall enough to look you in the eye anyway. They're fine. That's racist.
He's like, all right.
As a short man, I'm offended.
Someone portraying a short man, I'm offended.
Listen, I love all short kings. Okay, I love you all.
You eventually reach a part of the forest that is a grove that almost is weaved together a small little archway. He's like, "This is the domain of the dryads. It's on nights with full moons. You could probably enter in and get into the Feywild this way, but you're still in the material plane technically if you walk through this thing. Just be wary of them. Dryads are tricky little people, and I don't get along super well with them anyway. I'll wait right here for you. I'm gonna see if I can take a quick nap." And he like goes up against a tree, leans down, and closes his eyes.
Hey,
Well,
here we go, I guess.
yeah.
Never too old for something new.
So we can walk in.
Just put this in my bag.
Yeah. In fact, I think now would be sort of a okay. Give me we're gonna be taking a break here in just a little bit, but as you guys enter into this area, as soon as you pass underneath the archway, the temperature almost changes. Whereas you're getting like hot, muggy forest and the smell of smoke on the air, as you walk through, you smell kind of this sweet honeysuckle like nectar in the air. And the temperature drops to kind of a cooler breeze. The entire area seems to like take on almost a different light shade, as though everything is instantly brighter. As though someone literally went to the sections where it's like, choose the lightest symbol on a video game and you just max it out anyway. There is a stream and there are several different colors of butterflies flying around and landing on different flowers that are kind of all around here. In this small little sanctuary, you see grass tall, almost as tall as the trees, that kind of creates this enclosure of this area. And you can swear each of you hear the sound of a small childish chuckle.
I look around to see if I find where it's coming from.
Girl, you go ahead and make me a perception check.
Perception checks all around.
Oh yeah, I'll go ahead and give it to everyone.
Oh gosh, not great. 15.
Wow.
15. Okay.
5.
5.
12.
12.
9, natural
9.
1.
Natural 1.
It is Kiro that is able to spot the small deviation of the bark of a tree. For a moment looks almost seamlessly as though it is just made of wood, but upon like a double take, you're like, wait, what? Wait a second, and you see a yellow eye quickly close shut.
I like kind of motion to the rest of the group and point in the direction of what I saw, because Kiro's not great at talking. But I point over. It's like, it's over there. There's something on the tree.
Bark.
No, it's we come in peace.
The figure blended with the tree immediately scampers up the tree and moves out onto a branch that overlooks the four of you. It looks down and says, "Kelka shows." Who speaks Sylvan?
Me.
Oh.
Boom!
Ready.
Roughly translated, you hear them say, "Who are you?"
I look over to Aelwyn.
Hello. I'm Islwyn.
Islwyn.
Yes.
And who is your friends?
we
Kiro.
seek. This is Kiro and Lorenz and Nari. We seek to protect the forest.
There's a brief, like, kind of, and says, "The forest thrives here. It is a place of peace. The forest is saved."
Here, yes, but not in our forest. It's hurting. It's burning.
I see. you see now a better figure. Like as she kind of moves up from this branch, you see long hair that almost looks like a bunch of fall leaves that are intertwined together as they kind of go over one side of her shoulder, and bright yellow eyes with small slits kind of staring back at you. Her entire body, a mix of this greenish brown, almost oaken texture that encompasses her entirety. She looks down and says, "Is what has happened? Is it the humanoids that have burnt the forest?"
No, we're trying to protect it. It's an elemental. It's a fire spirit, a thunderbird, phoenix, whatever you call it. She's not very good with Sylvan. She learned it out of studying, but it's not super fluid. So she's like trying to say all these words and see which one catches.
Hola, como estás?
From the bushes in the pool, two other dryads begin to emerge and walk out. One of them male, the other female, the one that comes out of the pond, and begin to approach the party. And that is where we're going to take a real quick break. Go ahead and place your videos and your mics on mute. We'll be back in just. My clock reads 5:15. Mike, wherever you're at, it'll probably be that, but 2 hours later, 7:15.
In 2 hours.
Yeah. And we're back. Welcome back to D&D tonight. We are in the middle of a conversation with a bunch of dryads. They all seem to kind of approach and the male one kind of speaks up and says, "They should not be here. We cannot trust anyone from the other side." The one up in the tree says, "If you are here because the forest is burning, why have you come? What is your purpose here?"
We're looking for a life seed.
The male immunity says, "See, they mean to take from us, to add something to their world which does not belong." The male sees this and says, they mean to take from us and to bait a creature of fire." The pool dryad like immediately looks at him and he grows silent. She approaches and she says, "I am Thoril. This is Imagi," pointing to the male, "and Chunil. You wish to take something precious from us. What will you give us in return?"
Anything I can do.
She steps forward. She says, "You mean anything?"
I walk up and stand next to Aelwyn and just nod my head.
"We will call upon you when the creature is gone. You will look for a night with no moon, and you will return to this place. You will pass into the Feywilds, and there we will ask of you."
I will.
She looks over at Kuro.
I will as well.
She looks over at Nalri.
Hey guys, nod your heads.
No, he like looks him up and down and shrugs. Like, I don't know what you want.
Looks
I
over-
want to turn to Nalri and Lorenz and kind of explain. They want to call us for a favor in the future.
If we agree, will they help us out?
I think so.
That's how this works.
Then yeah, sure.
They look over at
that one.
I got nothing else going on.
They look over at Lawrence. I mean, you heard what Ialvin just said.
I got nothing else going on. It seems like they're good. How could a place like this not be good? There's so much plants, so much green, and talking trees.
Honestly, this place is a dream for Alwyn. So,
the middle one, whose name is Thrill, walks over to Iolwyn and Kuro. She takes her hand and she reaches her fingers inside of her chest. And she rips out a large blue seed with roots still attached to it and like offers it over to you guys.
Iolwyn puts her hands out graciously and bows her head.
Thrill places the seed into your hand, and her whole form begins to change as her feet begin to become roots, and her fingers and arms become branches. Her hair becoming a moving stalk as her face is memorialized into the center of a trunk, and she turns into a large, beautiful tree with blue leaves.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's the life and light. Oh.
Iolwyn tears up a little bit and just kind of falls to her knees and puts her hands like near the roots.
This is a like aquatic-y one.
Yeah.
Nalri joins. Nalri joins Alwyn.
After a moment, you no longer see Imagi, the male dryad. You no longer see Chuni, the one that was up in the tree, and you're left in this small little meadow by yourselves.
Kiro empties out his canteen, his flask, and fills it up with some from the pond, and then goes to like water the roots of the tree.
I'm gonna fix her. I'm gonna fix her.
You don't have to, Alwyn, okay?
I just need a day. I can...
Alwyn, sometimes there's things you can't fix. You know that, right?
I'm coming back, and I'm gonna spend a day, and I'm gonna fix it.
Nalri just kind of like ruffles Alwyn's hair. And even if we can't fix it, what we do with it is worth more. Okay? All right. And she draws essentially what's the symbol of Istishia, like the primordial spirit of water, at the base of this new tree, and then kind of yanks Alwyn up.
As you can complete the sigil, a small little spring begins to form from that symbol, and collecting the water that Kiro had spent around, a small, like almost ever-present pool begins to form around this tree.
I think it's
Iolwyn traces the root up and grabs her staff with her other hand and casts Speak with Plants. I don't know if you can hear me, but thank you.
Make it count.
We will.
A warm breeze pushes all of you back towards the area that was through the archway.
Okay.
I get up and follow back out.
Mm-hmm.
You all exit. Oh yes, Mr. Lorenz.
Before we leave, I'd just like to take off my rank insignia and just toss it in there.
Okay.
I have nothing to say, but
Okay. As you guys exit out of this small little meadow area, going immediately back under the archway, the smell of like smoke immediately hits your nostrils and kind of makes your eyes water a bit. It looks as though that our man, the Afridi, Mr. Oh gosh, notes.
Parallax.
Parallax.
Sim.
I have it here. You can look. No dungeon master wants to hear that they created a simp, but especially when they did it on accident. Forged him in a
That's
lab.
not fair to you. That's not fair to you.
Eh, it is what it is. This is the price that I pay for not thinking about what will immediately happen. There's a character in
See, the thing
Waterdeep.
is you didn't have Adam, so you were like, I'm fine. I don't have to worry about anything. But you forgot that you have me.
Yeah,
Also,
my
hi,
bad.
Adam.
Hi,
Hi,
Adam.
Adam. Bessos. I miss you. I miss being dead on our side. I miss you.
Gosh. Arlaxel is still there. Aralax, wow. Goodness gracious. Aralax is still there. He says, it's about time. Bird's on the move about an hour ago.
Okay.
But you said if we plant this seed at
Oh,
at
yeah.
his nest, it'll come back.
Yep. It's going to be pretty pissed.
Can you take us to the nest?
I mean, shouldn't be hard to find. Let's go. You guys begin walking out towards the area where you begin to see like all the trees are now once again like to the area that's been previously burned, and follow that trail a couple miles. As the sun is beginning to set, you do reach a large. You see what was the epicenter of the blast where the phoenix came out, and you can see this entire field bereft of trees, just cinders, ash, some of it's still smoldering, and large black parts where the creatures seem to have laid before. There's a large, gargantuan-sized mound, what looks to be something that is big enough for the phoenix. Aralax points to the center. He's like, right in the center there. That'll probably do it.
Well, I guess it's
Not much of a
It's time.
gardener. So,
I sigh and I take the seed out and I look up at him. You sure this will work?
Oh yeah. This will definitely draw it like flies to shit.
Well, they're setting all that up. Nolly's going to drink her greater healing potion
Cool.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a good idea.
instead of like taking a rest. So that's going to be 8, 10, 13, so 17 points of healing.
Okay.
Yeah, help me out with this one. How do I calculate that one?
So it's going to be 4d4 and then plus 4.
Okay. Come
Yeah,
on.
I know. That's a lot of 4s.
It's all good. No, my foam has encased my D4. Okay. And it's 1. It is 1. 5. You said 44, right?
4d4 plus an additional 4.
11, 15.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
7.
Alrighty.
And
As you
feel
guys
fine.
drink
Rather
that-
than taking a rest, you know.
Aralax is noticeably starts walking out towards like the area where like this crater is essentially, and stands on just the outside. He's like, "Okay, you can plant it."
Owen nods
Um,
and she
yeah.
steps forward and kind of looks back at the group.
Nolly like gives her a nod, like yeah.
There's a horn sound as you nod. Mom, sorry, yes, Mr.
How
Dino.
big is this nest? Like, did you say?
It is.
Oh,
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55 feet in diameter.
okay. I'd like, while she's planning, I'd like to get to the top of one of the trees on the.
Oh, there's no trees. It is a. This
the
is what's
outskirts of it?
about to be there. Oh, you want to be on the outside of this? So yeah, that's going to be like another 55 feet or so.
Oh, then never mind. I'll just wait.
Okay.
I'm gonna be in the thick of it.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
I'm like right next to Alwyn as she plants this tree.
Okay. As you
Plant it.
place this seed into the ground and cover the soil over the top of it, you can see like this kind of blue light begin to form as you see like almost as though thunder is moving through the ground, just huge roots of light stretching from this thing, and you hear the ground begin to rumble as though the entire world is being shaken out like a blanket, and out sprouts fast this huge tree that stretches all the way out into the skyline, raising you up 20, 30, 40, 50, 70 feet into the air, all of you grabbing onto the rapidly expanding roots. Everybody go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. Actually, go ahead and make an acrobatics check. That'll be safer.
Oh, okay. So you just want to. Okay, I see you.
23 for Kiro.
Okay.
That's going to be 21 for Nolri.
21 for Nalri. Okay.
20. No. Yes. 24.
Okay.
23. Sorry, I can't math.
Mike has the look of a man who's disappointed in his dice.
Guys, rock my world in Pathfinder, but D&D. Oh,
You brought him from Pathfinder? No, they're not going to like each other.
Oh no!
I got some
Those are
backup
foreign
dice. I'll burn
enemies.
it. That is an 8. Unless you'd like to make it a dex save for me so I can use my Indomitable and try again.
How kind and gracious is the DM? We definitely know he's lovely.
Praise be upon him.
Praise be upon
Praise
him.
be
First of his name.
Yay, I get to try again. Because now it counts as a fail. So at 20. Woo!
Fuck this game.
His grace.
Hey,
He is
you love this game. This is your favorite game.
This is the tree heart root of my dryad. Yes.
That's 21. Just so you know.
Great.
Just saying. Want to get all of it.
The
Hey,
four
Bradley,
of you.
Eat your dice.
Everyone wants to think that D&D. What did I say? Everyone wants to think that D&D is about role playing or combat. It's not even about having fun. D&D is about one thing and one thing only: eating all of your dice.
Yep, and bullying your DM.
Absolutely. No, don't do that.
Ew.
They're bullying me, hun.
Charlotte approves of me bullying you. That's
Yeah,
the
she
only
just said
reason
good
why
job,
we're-
guys.
Yep.
I do want to get those like rock candy dice just for that. You know, God damn it.
Oh my god, yeah, those look so yummy
I
too.
break my teeth on them anyways.
Yeah.
Dude, these ones look really yummy.
Oh my god.
Yo,
Ooh.
yeah. Like I never
Forbidden snack.
understood what the spell dice was talking about, and then every now and then I see a pair of dice and I'm like,
It's like I could eat that.
I could eat that.
Metal dice will wreck your insides. After this tree finally normalizes, there is this small kind of dust that begins to come off each of the leaves, in this bluish, pinkish, purplish kind of faint aura about each of these motes. You also notice, just as the sun is setting, a large orange light rapidly approaching the tree. I would like everybody to roll for initiative.
Let's do this.
California.
Ooh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
A decent.
I chose the green die for a reason. It's doing very well for me.
All right.
It's
Cue the
good,
Fallout Boy music.
right? That this is a good album too. Good reference.
Thank you. Thank you. I do have excellent taste.
I just realized the concert they're gonna be seeing them in this later this year is probably gonna end up getting postponed.
Aw.
Probably. I'm
Bro,
sorry.
Charlotte.
I don't even want to talk about shit, okay? I bought tickets to an anime convention for the first time, and I kid you not, 10 years.
AJR.
I was
Hobo
going to get married in
Johnson.
July. Checkmate.
Hobo Johnson? Oh man.
Although that does suck.
Oh,
I don't want miniature.
Who's going to
that
see
does-
Hobo Johnson?
I love Hobo Johnson.
I already went once. I'd go again.
All right. Next time I'm in town, let me know so I can push you up against the locker and take your lunch money, loser.
Whoa.
Says the anime nerd. Says the girl who watches anime and plays D&D.
Look, I know it would hurt you if I said something mean about Sailor Moon more than your comment about Hobo Johnson wasn't aimed at me.
Here's the
Yeah,
thing. You can sit here and say all you want about Sailor Moon, and I will rebuttal you. But let's do that on our own time.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Guys, get ready for the after show. Okay. 21 to 20.
23 for Kiro.
23.
Ooh, love to see it.
All right, Kiro.
That's such a good name. I'm sorry, I didn't say it yet, but I love the name
It
Kiro.
really is.
Thanks.
It really is.
I like Lorenz.
And Lorenz, like it's not.
You guys see the pun.
Not even close to Lorenz, but Lorenz. Ooh, very
There's
good.
a pun where
It's
Axelrod.
Earth Day, and that's all I'm giving you. You shouldn't need anything else.
Lawrence
Don't say so much of the name.
Lorenz Axelrod. We'll figure this out in the post
I'll
show.
reveal it at the end if nobody gets it.
Please,
Great.
Audience, play along.
if
What's
anybody
the pun
is
with my
still
name?
in the audience, like leave it in the comments, okay? Get in the comments.
Get in them comments. That YouTube algorithm loves it. Anyway,
Please
so
help us
Kiro,
out.
I got you first. 19 to 15.
19 to 15, 16.
And 15.
16 and 15.
My dex
the
is.
fighters back to back.
I'm going to go ahead and say probably not because the Phoenix rolled a 15 and its dexterity is +8. So I'm going to go ahead.
Jesus.
Well,
26 in dexterity.
That's
my God.
slippery
We're gonna have some
bastard.
fun, guys.
Mhm.
Okay.
I don't know. I'll sag my AC. That way, area of effect spells still fuck me up.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be
Right?
fucking phenomenal.
Don't get excited. Your whole
Then we
purpose
have,
is for us to beat the shit out of you. So relax.
My cat is trying to get in front of the laptop.
This is Liv testing how much she can get away with before I actively kill her.
Really, what it is I miss playing with you once a month.
I'll try to include people as much as I can in these games because they keep me alive. Gosh, I'm trying to remember. Okay, Lorenz. Okay. All I have left is Islewin. What'd you get?
14.
Alrighty.
Baby girl.
Oh, snap.
Okay. Well, the map is actual to your positions. Kiro, you are number 1 listed here. Number 2 is Nalri. Number 3 is the Phoenix, but I'll go ahead and keep you at number 4 here to remind that. And then Islewin, you can be over here at number 5. Just how things ended up. It is not yet within reach. It's probably another, say, 120 feet out. But is there any action you'd like to prepare Kiro?
120 feet is within my range.
Oh, is it now?
Yeah,
I don't know.
my long range is 600 feet, and I have sharpshooter feet, so it's not a disadvantage.
Mm-hmm. And wait, really quick. When is the Phoenix in initiative?
It is right after Nalri.
Perfect. You'll love to see it, folks.
I will cast actually first things first, I'll cast Lightning Arrow as a bonus action, which will next time I make a ranged weapon attack, you have to make I make an attack roll. On a hit, the target takes 48 lightning damage. On a miss, it's half as much, so no matter what, there's damage. But okay. I will do that for the first roll, for the first hit with the lightning arrow.
Go ahead and hit me.
Oh gosh, dirty 20.
That'll hit damage.
Yeah, thank God. I was worried it was going to be like ridiculously high. Okay, so that's, and then I'll use the Colossus Slayer, the extra one. Okay, so 48. Okay, math. 3, 6, 9, 12, 14, 21 points of damage.
Okay.
And then one more arrow, just a regular shot.
Go for it.
That is going to be a 29 to hit.
29. That will hit damage.
Yeah. And then, oh shoot, I keep forgetting to add the modifier. So it's 6 more for the first one, plus 6 more. I'm sorry. I'm
It's
not
all
used
good,
to
man. It's
using
all good.
ranged fighters.
It's all good.
And then
I don't even know how, so you're doing amazing.
11 more points of piercing damage.
Thank you, sir.
And then I what part, like where is it coming from? Like what direction from that map?
It's coming at you.
Oh, from the north side of it?
Yeah, it'll appear right here. Sorry about the foot.
Oh, from the south side, sorry.
Yeah, south side.
Cool.
Be careful about that. People pay for that.
Is there any sort of cover that I could get besides running all the way around the tree?
What you're standing on is a bunch of branches and leaves that are essentially you would have to go like around the trunk of the tree if you absolutely wanted to.
Cool.
Luckily, everything is close enough so that you can move around the trunk if you needed
to. Yeah, I'll do that. I could like to get as much to the other side of the trunk as possible with my movement, 35 feet. Just because I don't do well up close with a Firebird.
Probably about there is as much as you're going to get.
That's good. I'll take it.
All right. Next up, we have Nolri.
Cool. So I'm going to take out the Javelin of Lightning.
For reaching a theme here.
Yeah. And we're going to actually activate its charge. So as Nolri throws it, she yells strike. Because it's still in air, right? It's still like at least 120 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So for the actual attack, it's going to be a 23 to hit. 23
will. Well, hang on a second. Relative to you, you would need to move a little bit closer in order to make that hit. It's 120 feet from this spot right here. If you want to try and get there, you're welcome to.
Yeah. She's got 40 feet of movement. She can do that.
Okay. Go ahead and throw your lightning javelin.
So that's 23 to hit.
23 will hit.
And that is going to be 11 points of damage from the javelin alone.
Okay.
And then from the lightning, it's 46. So make a dexterity saving throw and tell me what it is.
I rolled a natural 20, so that's 28.
3, okay, 7, 12. So that's 6 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
And then she's going to take out just another standard javelin and throw that. For her second attack, that's going to be 29 to hit.
Hits, damage.
And that's going to be 6 points of damage.
Cool. So with the strikes that Kiro did, he pulled back his arrow and fired one brightly lit lightning arrow at this creature, pulling out a second thought and firing again at this. As they both sail, they impact the large gargantuan Firebird as he begins to gain momentum towards you. Nolri trading places. It's almost like hi, like, and with her javelin, she just kind of like running up, just Olympic style, tosses this lightning javelin to the creature, and you kind of see this crackle of lightning appear across the bird's form as she takes out another javelin, opens up, and tosses it once more, and you just kind of hear it go. Oh, wait a minute. That just reminds me. Mm-hmm. The regular javelin is non-magical.
It is.
So that would just be... Okay.
Oh, good to know.
Alrighty. Next up, we have the Phoenix. Get out of there, Toes. It will appear right here.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Are you joking?
Does that look like a joke to you? Okay, so now
you're the one that put it down, so
any creature that touches the Phoenix, or actually I'm gonna go ahead and get him even closer. We're gonna go right here.
Perfect.
It's basically fire incarnate. So the Phoenix can move through space as narrow as 1 inch wide without squeezing. Any creature that touches the Phoenix or hits it with a hold on to that. It can enter into a hostile creature's space and stop there. The first time it enters a creature's space on a turn, You guys will take a D10 of damage, no save. So for
Ooh.
Iowyn and for Nalri, you can both take 2 points of fire damage. In fact, I'm going to get
It's not in my space.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm correcting it.
Fine. Whatever.
Tell him, Allison. Tell
Who
him.
stopped it and started to do that before, and then you like corrected yourself? I'm going to correct myself on my turn and
I let
retroactively
you.
do something too.
You cast one other
Let
spell
him
in
know.
last combat.
Children?
Let him know.
Children.
Someone's adding me right now hard. Jeez. Okay, look.
That's what you deserve.
Life or
Wow.
death.
5, 10, 15. I'm not close enough to hit. Well, all right. Let's go ahead and do what we can. So it's going to go ahead and take an attack. The first one is going to be a beak attack.
A beak attack? I don't like that.
Good,
I
I
don't
still
like
like
birds.
Oh,
Also, how much damage was it?
Horn drill.
2. It was 2 fire damage.
Okay, thank you.
Like a desert.
I cannot
a
hear
desert.
Bradley.
yeah, we can't hear Bradley.
That's fine. You don't need to. Because everything that comes out
No,
of his
because I
mouth is
can't hear you, man.
Ground control to Major Brad.
Try unplugging and replugging.
Close all the windows.
Oh,
That was something. That was some
something's
crackles.
happening.
There we go. Yep. There we go.
Hey!
Yeah.
I had to
All right.
plug it back in again. We're good. I don't know what happened. All right.
IT magic.
Charlotte got within 5 feet of me, and her aura from her being a natural paladin kicked in.
Yeah. A natural paladin, warforged race. Like, she's just so good with technology.
It's true. Okay. What's your AC, Iowyn?
16.
Okay, so the beak does not hit you. So
Cool.
as it approaches you, you can feel the fire and intensity of this hellbird, giving you Fantasia vibes here. Its beak opens up to snap at you, and as it opens up, its gaping maw actually hits the tree and not you. Next up, we're going to go ahead and do some talent attacks at Nalri. Okay, so I rolled a 3, so that is 16.
16 meat.
That means that, yeah, I hit you.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted the world to know.
Alrighty, that is, man, I'm really like crap tonight. 11 plus
11 plus?
11 plus 8 fire damage. So it's all fire damage. It's not like piercing or anything like that.
Oh, fuck.
You will take 9 fire damage
God damn it.
Yeah.
as it's
Wait,
infernal.
you said 19, right?
19 total. You also did not say you were raging before, so I don't know if you get extra stuff because
No, I'm not. No, I'm not raging yet.
as it begins to try and gain purchase on the tree, it kind of moves and scrapes along the side of you. You realize as it hits you, there is no piercing sensation as the claws meet into you. It is purely an elemental, as in its fire just rakes across the brunt of your body. And it's gonna stay there. It's happy there. Next up, we have Lawrence.
All right. Well, 5, 10, 15. Yeah, I can get right up. I'm going to try to get right up to its edge and just start swinging my magic hammer at it 3 times.
Go for it. As you enter into... Hang on a second. Oh, no. It's not like an aura. That's strange. Okay, whatever. Fine. Go ahead.
All right. First attack is 18 to hit.
18 will just hit.
That is 12 damage.
Okay.
Numero 2 is a lot more. That is 29 to hit, and that is 13 damage.
Okay.
And with the third and ultimate swing of this Warhammer, I hit him with 19 to hit, 10 damage. I realized that sentence wasn't going to work like I thought it was, so I had to stop.
Like a madman, you run up into this glaring inferno with wings, taking the hammer and swiping into it once, twice, 3 times, like you're trying to break down this creature from where it's standing. Each of the hits successively hitting and echoing across the form of this thing. It almost doesn't even keep a full shape. It's almost like fire trying to take the form of a bird rather than a bird that is on fire. Do you have any bonus action or movement? Would you like to use action surge, sir?
Yes, but I'm also not fully aware. Does that just pretty much mean I get to attack again? I don't only get one per long rest.
Yeah, it means that you get to take in a full action, which means you can attack another 3 times.
That's a good times roll, baby.
Alrighty.
All right. That is a nat 20.
Ooh, hot and spicy.
I'm guessing it roll again, and if it hits, it's critical.
No, you just double the face of the die.
Oh, well, that's good, because double the face of the die, that's 7, 14, 22 damage.
22 damage. Okay.
Second one is dirty 20 to hit,
Mhm.
and that is 14 damage.
Very good. Next.
With my mic if I'm loud, forgive me. Third attack is 24 to hit, 14 damage.
Okay. With Inhuman, with Dwarven speed, you're able to. I'm sorry, I gotta real quick. Throat's getting dry. Talking with you.
With speed, that doesn't seem reflective of my dexterity score.
With a strength that does befit your dexterity score, you strike it another 3 times, centering it in the area. You can begin to hear this thing made out of fire somehow crying out in pain.
Hammer beats fire. Yes. Now I'm tired.
Alrighty. Bonus action, what movement, anything like that? Alrighty. Next up, we have Iowyn. Iowyn, you're in this fire.
Yeah.
Not a good look.
I can only
Also,
cast one
Real
spell.
quick, hold on. Real quick, before you go further. Phoenix can move through a space as narrow as 1 inch wide without squeezing. Any creature that touches the Phoenix or hits it with a melee attack while within 5 feet takes 5 fire damage. So I need to roll dice for your damage, sir. Just real quick. It'll be fine. It'll be just fine.
That's fine.
I doubt it.
Did a total of
No, I don't like this sound.
There's a lot of dice.
I don't like it.
Can I just rules question? Can I cast 2 spells in a turn if one of them's an action and one of them's a bonus action?
36 points of fire damage to Mr. Lorenz. You can cast. Yeah.
You can cast 2 spells in an action if one of them is. So the rules say one of them has to be a bonus action spell, one of them has to be a action spell. In addition, one of them also has to be a cantrip, I believe.
That's correct. So the only conditions where you can cast 2 spells in a turn. One of them has to be a cantrip, and
Got it.
Mr. Lorenz, since you did not know you were taking damage that whole time as you're hitting, I can reduce. I'll half the damage done to you if you want to take back the damage you did to it for the last 3.
Nah, I'm okay with this trade.
Alrighty. Just wanted to make things fair enough, you know? Alrighty. So Iowyn, I apologize. It is now your turn.
No worries. I am going to Misty Step across diagonally to as far as I can on the opposite side of the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
No, like as far as, yeah, I guess, yeah.
Mississippi is 30 feet.
Yeah.
Oh, 30 feet?
Yeah.
5,
Let me check.
15, 30. Bam.
Also, just question, it's irrelevant right now, but does the tree count as difficult terrain?
No, not for the sake of this.
Okay. Just curious.
Don't need to ruin your guys' day with that.
I mean, it wouldn't affect me anyways, but
hair toss.
Technically speaking, it wouldn't affect the ranger either, because Kiro is his forest is his favorite terrain. So
That's true.
And
it would just give a harder time to the fighters, the melee-based combaters.
Yeah.
I'm gonna chill over there for now.
Cool.
Yeah, sorry. I have things
I
want to do, but so what I was gonna say, since you retroactively moved your bird, I was gonna say I probably would have prepared a pool of water ahead of time, knowing I was fighting a fire creature. Before I planted the seed, I just didn't get a chance to say it.
I got you. If you want to, so that would be fine. The result would be the same either way. If you wanted to, I can say you can prepare the pool of water beforehand. As the Firebird would get there, this water that would be contained merely in like this area where just this tree is collecting water on its leaves. The moment the Firebird would get there, it doesn't have any special immunities to water. Would it take any damage from this attack?
Oh no, I'm not attacking with it. I just want to know that there is a pool of water.
Yeah, there's a pool of water nearby.
That's all. That's all I need to know. Just don't
That's
worry
fine.
about it till my next turn.
Alrighty.
I'm good. Go ahead.
Cool. Kiro, you're up.
Okay, bonus action Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
And I will take 2 oh, there it is. I'll take two more arrows and fire at the bird.
Cool.
First one is 31 to hit.
31 will hit. Damage.
And that is what's this? Oh, and then I'll use the 1d8 for the turn. That is 10, 12 plus 6 is 18 points of damage.
18 points of damage. Okay.
And then the next one is going to be a 27 to hit.
27 will hit.
And then that is wow. Ooh, I rolled max on both dice. 12 plus 8 is 20 points of damage.
Okay. 2 arrows striking into its form. You can see them like permeating and the fire licking along the shaft and the feather of the arrow because of the magic instilled within it remains inside of this creature's form. Any bonus actions or movements?
No, I used my bonus action. I'd like to maybe move a little bit further. Is that the center part of the tree? Is that cover technically, or are we at the top of the tree with no cover?
You're kind of at the top of the tree with no cover.
Oh, okay. So that's not like the trunk in the middle?
That is the trunk. You can move around it and be obscured from its vision.
Oh, then I'll do that. I'll move kind of back where Aelwyn is as far as I can. Yeah.
You can be here if you want.
Yeah, that's great. And then, yeah, perfect. And then I'll stay there.
Okay. Next up, we have Nalri.
Okay, cool. Nari's going to enter a rage, so we're going to do her lightning damage. Please roll your dexterity saving throw.
11.
11? Okay, perfect. So that is going to be 10 points of damage. You take the full lightning damage.
Alrighty.
And then Nari's going to attack with her great axe first. So, oh, damn, that's bad. That's going to be 16 to hit.
Okay. 16 does not hit.
Cool. Nari's going to attack a second time. Jesus. Okay, we have to switch that out. It definitely doesn't hit the second time.
Okay. It's hard to hit when you're in the middle of an inferno. Like, you're just trying to swipe at the fire, not knowing which part of it is just the burning trunk and leaves and which part is the bird, and neither of your strikes hit. You want to move?
Now, if I was to move, would I get an attack of opportunity?
Yeah. If you move outside of the range of its attack, yeah.
Okay, but like right now I'm in the thick of it. So Nari's at least going to move so she's not inside the bird, but not to the point that it gets an attack of opportunity.
You can move right there.
Oh God, damn it! I keep forgetting I have reckless attacks. No, reckless attacks are so bad. Okay, never mind. Anyway.
Not if you're raging.
Literally, my friend just texted me reckless attacks, and I was like, ooh.
Okay. Next up is the Phoenix. Yeah, I want the ranged fighters. You know what? It's super dumb, though.
No.
It is super
I'll
dumb.
take my reaction to throw myself in front of it.
I'm going to go ahead and move into your spaces so you can both first off take that D10 of fire again because it is so tasty. 10 points of fire damage to the both of you.
Ooh.
Alrighty, now it's time to do some damage. Let's go ahead and hit. I want to hit the barbarian first with the beak attack. That is a 26 to hit. begin playing the funeral march.
Oh God.
That is 18 points of fire damage. And if the target is a creature or a flammable object, you ignite. And until you use an action to douse the fire, you will take 5 fire damage at the start of each of your turns. Nalri. Just making sure you understand. Okay.
Wait,
I don't know if my mic cut
I'm sorry,
out.
I was panicking. I was panic reading my stuff.
Alrighty, next up, let's use a fiery talon at the fighter who hit me. I remember that shit. You hit me a lot. Alrighty, that will be 21 to hit. Oh, all that armor plating.
Also, the one that gives me resistance to bludgeoning and piercing, that would be helpful.
No.
Here we go. I rolled a 1 and a 2. That's 3 plus 8, so 11 points of fire damage.
A joke.
This many.
So dumb. Alrighty. That's actually. You know what? Yeah, let's do some bullshit. I'm going to go ahead and use its abilities. It has what's called flyby, and because of its fire form, it can move through 1 inch small, so he can actually get 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to go ahead and place myself right on the top here. There we go. And I will go ahead and do that extra D10 of damage. Because that shit is broken. That'll be 8 points of fire damage to the both of you.
Okay.
Great. I love it.
All right, Lorenz, it is your go.
5, 10, 15. Well, move me 3 up on that. Was that F column? F column.
Yeah, I got you.
Swing for the fences. I ain't finished with you, buddy.
Come on, come at me, man. You want to square up? You want to go?
That is enough. 25, and that would make it 14 damage. Click on 6s on the D8.
14 damage. I'll go ahead and do that damage for hitting me. Go ahead and take another. Okay.
Sorry.
Take 2 fire damage, and then let's consolidate the next roll.
The next one's 22 to hit, and 12 damage.
Alrighty. Okay. Still up.
Do I take anything for that one, or?
You do. What's wrong? That'll be another 6 points of fire damage.
Me and my big fucking mouth. All right. Number 3. Once again, 22 to hit, 13 damage.
Oh gosh. Alrighty. You're noticing that this overall bird is beginning to like diminish in the amount of fire that it's putting out. It looks like it's beginning to smolder more so as you take 9 points damage from striking it into the backside of this bird. It is still alive though, which brings our turn to Islwyn, unless you have a bonus action for me.
Nah.
All right, Islwyn, what's the plan?
All right. Well, since I have that pool of water beneath me, how high up are we?
70 feet.
Okay. Within range. Okay, cool. So, because the range of this spell is 90 feet. Got it. I am going to conjure an elemental.
Okay.
A water elemental.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
Do you have the stats for that?
I do. I have them right here.
Wow, look at her. She's prepared.
A druid that does her who knows what to come for. Okay.
Dude, I've been preparing this for like a couple rounds.
I'll say your water elemental will go directly after you in combat unless it dictates as part of the spell that you control it.
It's friendly to you. Roll initiative for the elemental, which has its own turns.
Let's just say that it's after you.
Okay, that's fine. That's fair. And I just have to maintain concentration, but I have advantage on those because I took Warcaster. So
okay.
Cool.
Oh shoot, I'm concentrating on Hunter's Mark. I should do a
concentration check.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's all good. I should have caught it.
12.
12. Okay, you're good.
There's so many things.
Alrighty, so using that pool of water, it reaches up all the way, climbing the tree and turning into an elemental. As it comes up, you see this like thing already beginning to like bubble from just the immense heat of the Firebird. It is the water elemental's turn unless you want to move. You can flee. You can always flee.
I am going to move so I am next to the Firebird.
Okay.
Next to the
Oh,
Phoenix.
that's me.
And we'll. Oh,
I'm the number 5. I'll move over. Yeah.
And we can go ahead and put that fire elemental.
It is large size-wise, so it takes up 4 squares.
Boom! You looking for this?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
And the elemental is going to attack it.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit with the elemental.
It has multi-attack as well, so it's going to make 2 slam attacks. First one is going to be 22 to hit.
Hits, damage.
Sorry, I don't do this.
She doesn't do melee attacks.
That's going to be 18 bludgeoning.
You're not even going to need the second attack. The water elemental climbs up the tree, and what are the details of its demise?
So I swirl my hands, and the water shoots up from the pool underneath us and starts kind of twisting and forming into this elemental as it rises up into the treetop. It rises, it appears right next to me, and from behind me, it reaches over and just slams into the Phoenix.
And as it does, it completely extinguishes the fire of this thing, and you begin to see cracks along the body of this thing as it begins to get brighter and brighter. Small little holes begin to burst through this thing. I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Think about Phoenixes.
Holy shit. Nat 20 again. I don't know.
You save.
Wow.
27 for Kiro.
Kiro saves.
That's going to be a 13. No. 12
Mine's a 13.
Nalri does not save.
13.
13. Iowin does not save.
Do I need to roll for the elemental too?
Yes.
Okay. It does not save. I got a 1.
Okay.
God bless it, though.
Alrighty. Everyone who did not save takes 15 points of damage. Everyone else takes 7.
Okay.
The entirety of this bird just explodes into a fiery and I keep on saying inferno, into a conflagration that destroys half of this tree, and it starts to begin to catch on fire. From that explosion, a small red and black egg appears where it was before, and it falls down the tree. Every branch that it hits immediately bursts into flames as it's on the way down. You see a small form on the ground from from where you're standing. It is Arilax running up, and he catches this thing in his bare hands.
Nalri tackles him.
Oh, you're all the way up in the tree. It fell. You want to fall?
Fine. I'll jump out of the tree. Yeah.
You're 70 feet high.
Dude, this is Rowan jumping from the tower all over again.
Okay.
Can I fall on top of him? There's no way he's taking this fucking egg. He
said that was what he was going to do. He said he was going to take it back. That was the whole plan. Nalri, chill the fuck out. This was the plan.
I take it on Burke. Allison's right.
I mean, you can jump, but it's going to be 12d6 of bludgeoning damage and halved on a save.
No, Allison's yelled at me, and Alwyn would be yelling at Nalri, who's 10 feet, about to yeet himself off of a branch. Fine. I just don't trust this dude. Fine.
If you guys can slowly over the course of the evening make your way down this tree, and as you finally make it to the base, Arilax is there waiting. There's kind of this circle kind of inscribed around him. He's like, I'm going to plane shift over to the plane of fire, and then I'll go ahead and patch up the scar in the sky, and then that'll be it about that.
I'll never see you again, right?
I don't want to come back to this shithole ever again. Too many bad memories, and clearly people who are stronger than they look. Looks over at Nalri for a brief second. He's like,
if I ever see you in this fucking forest again.
Yeah, you to me and the Kingdom of Brass, sister. Chow, he like hits his scimitar in the center of the ring. Yeah.
Oh, before he goes, I just want to say, well, tell your ex you said hi.
He's like, wait, what? In a bright
And
puff
when
of
he's-
smoke.
And once he's gone, Nalri turns to Alwyn and she's like very serious for 2 seconds until she bursts into the smile, then picks her up and just like, you did amazing! You did an elemental! What the fuck? You've never done that before! That's my fucking girl! And it's like carrying her around like he won the
Oh my
Super
God.
Bowl.
Owen just
Feral.
smiles and kind of like shrugs. Guess I want to climb back
And then
down.
she turns to
Or
the
did we
dudes.
already?
You all
you
did
guys
good
already did.
too. You guys did good too. Everybody did good. I like it. Good hustle.
Let's hit the locker room, guys. Come
Coach,
on.
yeah,
Yeah, hit the locker room, guys.
Coach when the team wins.
No.
That's the thing. Nari's just a football coach.
Owen
Watch
looks
the tape
around
later.
at everybody, kind of like beaten up, and she casts Mass Cure Wounds,
You love to see it.
which is let me find it. Oh my god, my spell sheet is so long now, guys. I don't know anymore where things are.
Humble brag. Oh my god, my spells. There's just so many. Wow.
3. I can't find my d8s. I'm sorry. Hang on. I'm gonna cast it at 6th level, so it's gonna be 4d8. I can't math. Yay, that's 10, 16, 21 plus
Sweet.
3, 24 points back.
Nice. I'm back at 100. It was so scary, guys. It was touch and go for a second.
How bad did I get you guys?
I was down to 70, so not as bad as that's not the worst you've done to me.
I think that the one who had been taking the most damage here probably would have been Lawrence, right?
Yeah.
Where are we
Yeah,
at?
but I had a shit ton to start, so like I only got down to 86, and I'm blurry.
Yeah.
It usually fixes it.
Blurry, but still so handsome.
You go. The four of you trailed back to the pathway of ash, all the way back to Spite. Upon seeing Mama Oath, she's kind of like, "Well, where's the bird's head? Did it have any eggs? Anything like that?"
It was a big old fire. No,
There's
Well-
nothing to bring back. It's
you crazy old woman. No. Do you not know anything about phoenixes?
Listen, Cinder bitch, I just wanted to know if we were eating tonight.
You eat plenty. I keep you fed.
Fine. Bird's gone. Y'all did good. Scar in the sky is no longer gone, so I think that we're all good here. I think that's the last big adventure we're having here in Spite.
God, I hope so.
Famous last words.
and then the sky tore open and again.
And this
Well-
time an earth elemental jumped out.
Yes.
I want to go back to the tree.
You want to go back to the archway?
Yeah.
Okay. Traveling the next day, you make your way over to the area where you were led by Aralax.
If you guys want to come, you can. I'm going no matter what. So
Upon your arrival there, looking about, you do see that no matter how much you search for this archway, it just does not appear. You do spend a lot of time just kind of surveying like the side of the road, and you have the general area. The ranger never gets lost, so you're pretty certain you're at the same place. Eventually, after giving up, you guys go back to your home. It is the first night of a new moon where there is no moon in the sky. And outside Iowin's thatch home, you can hear the creaking of wood as an archway of woven branches begin to form around it, or just in the back of it. If you'd like, you can go ahead and bring them all together. Bring the rest of your party. You
I'll
all
wake them up.
You wake them up in the middle of the night, and you approach the archway. This one is very different. It looks as though there's, like, looking into it, it looks like the interior of the archway is like looking into a home almost. It's a different inside, but going on the other side of it, looking at, like, on the other side of the branches, it's the same background. I'm trying to get the idea that this is a portal. And it looks like it's a portal to what you can guess to be the Feywild. You guys want to step through?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
As you do, you enter into the same meadow in the middle of the night. There's still oddly luminous light all about, with small little speckles of red, orange, blue that kind of provide their own light, almost like fireflies. That there's that similar cool breeze, and from the tall grass emerges Imaji, the male dryad. He says, "You've come back to honor what you have said you would."
Of course.
Good. There is a matter of settling something with the courts of the Feywilds, and there is another who owes us such a debt that we need you to assist with. And from that same tree line, you see a figure come through, cloaked in black and gold. This person is immaculately dressed, holding a wine glass. And as you see their hand, you realize that it looks as though like he's holding it up with his right hand, but it actually appears as though it's this, as though his hands are on backwards. And looking at the face of this thing, you see a tiger. He says, "Hello, girls." And that is the end of this game.
You're sick.
Liv is gonna kill you right now.
Yes!
Is that a Rakshasa?
Yes, it is.
It is. It's life.
Thank you so much to Corporate Streams for putting us onto the internet. Thank you all for being a part of the Earth Day One Shot. There might be a continuation of the show. We'll see if we can go ahead and move this. We can do another one shot continuing off this small little arc, because I just love to see the look on their faces when I do this to them. Those who don't know what's going on, you probably won't until the next episode, so I'm just going to keep that under wraps. Thank you all.
I make jokes about Nori dying. Nori can't die until this shit's finished, and that's all I'm going to say.
Thank you all for watching. Everyone go ahead and do the freeze frame outro.